All right.
Ready? Is it recording?
All right. Today is Thursday, July 17th. I'd like to call to order the Parks Commission meeting. Katie, would you please take roll?
Karen Mao.
Here.
Liz Lasky.
Here.
Linda Gamaschik.
Here.
Charles Ludwig.
Here.
Tim O'Connor.
Present.
Karen Peltola.
Present.
Lainey Rezga.
Here. Everybody? Okay. Great. Has everyone seen the agenda for today?
Yes.
Okay. We have a motion to approve.
I make a motion?
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Excellent. And then approval of minutes from May 15th, as we did not have a meeting in June with our Parks Bus Tour. Has everybody seen those?
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Excellent. And then I have to note that our minutes from April actually had an incorrect date on approving our minutes from February. It said the 25th of February. It is actually the 20th of February. So we just need to, I know, so those 20s and 25s, just need to mention it is actually the 20th, the minutes for February. So we have no citizen public comments today. This might be a first, so we'll just cross that one off.
Hello.
It's because they're sitting on the board.
This is true.
Usually there,
This
okay.
is true.
All right, so we have had some correspondence, and the first one I think we should mention is the one from the city manager, Bill Gamble, has asked us to look at the, there's a letter, I think you guys would have seen it in your email, asking us to support, hopefully, the Manistee County wide master plan. Did I get that title right? Manistee County wide master plan. They're asking all the different entities that are taking part in that for a fee this year, which is a lot less than if we, am I explaining this right? A lot less
Yeah.
than if we had hired someone to do it. And the fee is $1,500, and Bill asked us to bring that up at the Parks Commission meeting and discuss.
So
Is that
just
accurate?
because we've got some new members, quite a few years ago, probably about 10 years ago, actually, the county decided to go to all the municipalities and local governments within the county and engage everybody at the same time, take them through the same process, and have each of them complete parks master plans, adopt those as one document, and submit those to the state as one. So the city had always had a 5-year master plan. The city joined that countywide effort. It's kind of the same process for you, but it's inclusive of the entire county. And the state looks favorably on that because I believe at the time we were the only ones that had done that. It's been updated once since that original, and so now would be the next round. Obviously, it's important to have master plans, so I support that wholeheartedly. The significance of having the 5-year plan and submitting it to the state is that's one of the requirements to submit for DNR grants. So we have to have an active plan in order to be eligible to submit for those.
Great.
And the fee is, I believe, $1,500 would be the city's share. So because it's all being consolidated, those costs are shared, and we would probably be in closer to $10,000 if we did it independently and hired a consultant to do it.
Do we have representation? Can we have a representative on it, or like on their meetings, not on the writing the plan, but, well, they probably will be meeting.
Yeah, if you remember the last time we went through this, I remember specifically we were meeting at Fifth Avenue Beach when we adopted the last one. But you basically go through the city section of this as a group and update that yourselves. It's not like some other entity's doing that for you.
Okay.
It's just our part of that facilitation.
I seem to recall that we had to do it quickly, so I'm hoping we can do a more careful review this time.
Actually, the county was a year late.
Yeah.
And so we weren't able to apply for the North Riverwalk Memorial Park upgrades when the money was really available after COVID. And so we kind of pushed the county a little bit, and they got together, and then we updated that, and were successful after that.
Waldo came to that meeting and asked us to give her updates on the park section.
That was different, though.
Is
That's,
that different?
yeah, that's the city master plan.
Yeah.
And the park session of the master plan.
That's separate?
So this is separate. This Parks has a separate 5-year plan.
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know. All right. So what Bill's asking for is just a vote of support, because obviously we're not the ones to sign this
Correct.
paper, right?
I make a motion that we support going together with the county and paying the 1,500. I think it's a good idea to collaborate with them, so I make the motion to support
I
working
second.
with them.
Oh. Get them all excited. That is a great.
So roll call vote, or,
Yes.
okay, do you want to start, you want to do that, Katie?
Linda Gamache Chick,
Yes.
Charles Ludwig,
Yes.
Tim O'Connor,
Yes.
Karen Mao,
Yes.
Liz Lasky,
Yes.
Karen Peltola,
Yes.
Laney Razka.
Yes.
Katie,
All
you
in
didn't even
favor?
need to look at your list. You just write down, I'm impressed.
I don't need to, no.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
That's cool.
the second correspondence I have is from a gentleman from Movies in the Park, and I can go ahead and talk about that when we get to events, if you like, rather than now. So does anyone else have any correspondence? Nobody? All right. So that leads us to something we call Eyes on the Park, and now just for the new people, I don't know if we talked about that before, but basically we're dividing up all 14 of our parks, and some of them in multiple sections, because like Douglas Park is so large. So we're all going through, and before the meeting each month sometime, we're checking each of the parks assigned to ourselves and reporting on things that might need maintenance. If you have a vision for the park, or if there's people in the park you notice it's being used or not used, or maybe even their opinions, if you get a chance to ask someone what they think of the parks or what they'd like to see. And I hope it's helpful to Jeff and DPW and us in general to know what the status of the parks is. So that's
I agree.
what the next thing is. And if you notice, there's a blue section that says open. Those were
They're free.
yeah, those were vacated by our
They can be
prior
flipped
John Beach and Sean, our prior members, and those are the ones that no one is assigned to.
Right
yet. So
in.
if you have a preference for something you'd like on the blue part that you'd like to,
I'll take Sam's.
I was gonna suggest that. Give it free choice, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll take Sands Park, and then we also have North Beach
You wanna-
access out by the water tower, and then the North and South River Walk, and Veterans is kind of included in North.
I'd be glad to do the Veterans Memorial and North and South River Walk.
Really? Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's-
How big is North Beach? Do I have to walk the whole thing?
Basically
Every
the
day.
walk.
Every day.
Daily.
This is
And you have to have a dog, yes.
daily report.
No, I mean, just to check out the walkway, the
You know, once a
deck,
month.
would you say down there? I mean, the beach is the
okay.
beach.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna do? But
Once a
it's
month.
basically
Once a
the
month, okay.
walkway.
Yes.
I'm not really a beach person, but I can probably go once a month.
You don't even.
And if you,
It's not even in the winter too much.
The walkway.
The walkway and the,
and if you can't report on it, it's okay. You don't get punished.
Yes.
Are you sure? Yeah.
Yes, we promise.
No fines.
We know life
No
is,
fines.
Yeah.
you wanna do North Beach with Sands Park?
yeah,
Is that okay? You're on the north side, right?
yeah. I live down the street from him.
That's right, by Red Schmerich.
We're like neighbors.
Excellent. Okay, well, thank you.
I
Okay,
live with the neighborhood watch. He has a lot of opinions.
that's good.
None of them are good.
It's good to know. Good to know
Well, at
them.
least we know that up
Do
front.
we need to move you guys?
No, we're good.
For now.
Any questions on that part? I mean, you can check it out, let us know whatever you think.
I'm very familiar with the Veterans Memorial Park.
Yes, I want to hear more about that too. Okay, so do you want to go ahead, Mr. O'Connor?
Yep, got up here a little bit early today, visited all the Fifth Avenue, the Duffy and Rudd. They all look great. Jeff doing a good job maintaining, keeping things going. Fifth Avenue Beach looks really nice. Beach looks good, nice and clean. So pretty impressive. Pretty big 4th of July. Obviously came up here. I mean, crowds have come and crowds have gone, but it's amazing what you guys have been able to maintain. So I think they're looking better than they ever have, to be honest with you. So parks are good. I have nothing to comment about. So got to go through each and one of them. They're all clean and nice and ready to go. Especially after the holidays, which is pretty impressive. So I know that was probably busy for you.
Very, very.
Yeah,
A little.
nice job.
Okay, Laney.
So, 9th Street boat launch. I noticed Consumers now has a stake in the ground right next to the shore that says Consumers Boundary Property. So is there property south or north of that stake? It's new to me.
I didn't see the stake. Is it close to the boat launch?
It's close to the water. No, not close to it's kind of between the fence and the boat launch, kind of almost in the middle.
Okay, so, I will actually call up an aerial and help, maybe I can explain this a little better.
Because it was new. There were
So-
3 people there fishing.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, I like that.
Okay,
Oh, this is cool. I like it.
so I'll start at the south end and kind of talk north. So we have a platted right of way for 9th Street that runs to the water. So basically up to the fence, which is the south side of that consumer substation. This is the substation. So we own this section here, okay? And then Consumers owns from about here all the way up to about here, something like that. I think it jogs a little bit, but where the boat launch is, this area here is owned by Consumers. And then we own everything up in here. We acquired that from Morton Salt when we expanded the clean water recovery facility here.
So it's like a sandwich where we own both sides, but then consumer owns something in the middle? Is that
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
So I didn't notice anything by the boat launch. So it was the south boundary then?
Yeah, it may
where
have been
was
like
staked.
up in here.
Yep, yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly
How
right.
many feet about would that be, Jeff? Just approximately, that consumer owns?
If I assume that from back of sidewalk to back of sidewalk is 66 feet, so probably a couple hundred feet.
Okay.
And that the porta potty door is still shaped like a C. I don't know. But then Morton Park, their door doesn't even lock. There's, the thing that moves back and forth is missing.
Okay.
It's to secure it.
So
So
make a note of that.
both
We'll
those-
call them tomorrow.
Okay.
I have very little hopes of any different improvement at
Okay.
9th Street with that because
Yeah.
they don't want a unit there because it gets damaged and we've made them aware of it and they say we'll either pull it or live with it. Morton certainly can get repaired.
All right. And then the old half of the basketball court has a lot of greenery growing in it, so it's probably currently useless as a basketball court.
We can spray it, yeah.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. And the water bags around the trees were mostly empty, so, but the
They
trees look
get
okay.
filled once a week.
Once a week? Okay,
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you that, what your
Yep.
process. Great.
So when I didn't mean to cut you off. When you're done, I've got an update for you
Okay, on Morton?
on 9th Street.
Okay, well, let me finish Reed's.
Yep.
Question, I know you had hoped to address the restrooms there. They have a new smell. I think it's supposed to be pleasant, but I think it might be overdone. But you know how by the marina, behind the marina was all freshened up? I thought you had hoped to do that at the
And we
Reed's.
didn't have time to get through the whole thing, yeah.
Okay, but it's still on the list.
Yeah.
It's on the wish list. Okay, great. Otherwise, there was surprisingly clean, very little litter, everything looked good. otherwise. Thank you.
So we've talked about developing 9th Street, right?
Yeah, I know it
Yes.
was in the paper too.
Yeah, well, I just want to let you know that it came up at a Harbor Commission meeting last month. It came up at a Harbor Commission meeting earlier this week, but we didn't have a meeting, so I didn't get to update you on that. The Harbor Commission shares the same sentiments, I think, as several of you, that 9th Street is kind of rough and ready for a facelift and some new improvement. Some of the things that have been talked about generally, not specifically to that group or this group, but in the past, upgrading that launch itself to meet, current launching standards for boating access. There's been discussion about paving some parking down there, adding a public restroom, something that we can control and not have to worry about the porta potties. And then also fishing piers off the shoreline. The lake goes very deep, probably 50 feet out. It gets to 25, 30 feet deep. So you're in deep water very, very easily. And so those are some of the things that have been talked about. We've also been talking as a community on where we could put a kayak launching site. There's enough room there that could be appropriate. So the Harbor Commission has voted to partner with the Parks Commission to work on kind of coming up with a master plan and starting to develop that site.
Isn't that cool?
That's wonderful.
And so they wanted me to bring this up to you and to gauge your interest in joining that effort.
I guess, according to the paper, it right away talked about charging boats there. And that's why that area would rather it wasn't developed. Because, that area is obviously not your, and it's kind of a community secret in a way. And I don't think, I would rather we didn't charge anybody than we start charging, them too, as we go through this process. I mean, I just can't see already planning on collecting money, because I don't know why we'd upset those people. It's their watering hole, and they've been, they're not the ones talking about improving it. They would rather it was left alone than they had to pay to use it. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Does that make sense?
Yes, and I've heard that sentiment myself.
So when I was specifically asked that question on would we charge or would we not, and my comment was, I don't remember if the paper got it right, but
Yeah.
my comment was, right now it's pretty rustic and primitive, and I think it's okay to be a free site. If we improved it and invested hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars into it, then I think it is justifiable and should be required to be a pay site. And the reason why I say that is when Arthur Street was rehabbed, that was probably a $470,000 project. We were able to get about 2/3 of that money through grants, through the DNR Boating Access Site funds, and then also Great Lakes Fishery Trust for the fishing pier and the access to that. But there's still probably close to $100,000 or more, $150,000 that had to come from city funds. And the boat launches are an enterprise fund, which means the money that they pay out comes from the money that's collected. So when you pay to launch your boat, that money's paying for the future improvements and operations. I've talked to this group before about the First Street boat launch. That has a lot of needs, but the number one need, in my opinion, is the large parking lot. And just to repave that parking lot is $800,000. So when the two pay launches the two sites that pay now are generating 40 grand a year, it takes $20,000 just to repave a parking lot. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not advocating one way or another towards 9th Street, but I think that that certainly needs to be part of the discussion. And in my tenure with the city, that's been the two sides. It's quiet, it's local, it's our little secret place, don't overdo it, don't attract everybody to it. So we're gonna have to decide, as a group, and that's why the the Harbor Commission wants to work with this group as well as to make those decisions.
Is it needing like safety upgrades from its, I don't go down there, I'm not fishing. But is it a safe
Anything
dock?
safety related there.
No, there's,
I mean, is it
Ground you walk on.
a concern that,
would not go there.
okay.
Yeah.
Is that part
Swim
of
down there and
to
we,
upgrade
you
it
know,
is for improved safety and,
It would probably.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
you could, you know, make the boat launch
Nice if
so
it-
there's not a big dip in it.
yeah.
I mean, some
It's,
relatively
yeah,
smaller
it's,
thing.
the ramp itself is plank concrete. So there's a plank of concrete, then there's an opening, then plank. We filled that in with gravel. A storm like last night washes it out. At the Harbor Commission, they had concerns that the gravel gets on the concrete, and when you come out of the water, you spin your tires.
Yeah.
And the front-wheel drive tires, cars now act differently than the rear wheel of the past. It's a small launching site, so people use smaller boats typically. We reused one of the docks from First Street and repurposed it down there, but it's not one that we skid in and out because it's just sitting on the dirt. So it works great when the water level is right. When it's really low or really high, then it's a challenge. So it's not perfect, but it's very workable, you know? I mean, people use it every day.
very used.
Yeah.
If you go out in the lake,
More
there's
people
kids.
there.
Yeah, that's one of our most used, whether it's for fishing or swimming or whatever, and it is local. It's just kids from the neighborhood come down with a towel, and it's kind of neat to see.
So if the best opportunity for grants is the boating access site from the DNR. That's waterways money. But if you didn't want to access that and you didn't want to create the pay opportunity, you know, you could leave that part alone. If you drive down there, there are kids and
Yes.
and people fishing from the shoreline
All the
every
time.
moment of the day.
Yes.
During the wintertime, it is the biggest parking spot in the city because everybody gets out on the lake to ice fish and it's really easy access there. So, you know, so I'm not advocating what should be done or if anything should be done, but there's opportunities.
Is there an interest from the commission then to work with the Harbor Commission and try to come up with a plan and work together?
I would think so, yes.
Yes, and but maybe get some public input on that too, because I know Aaron Pontiac was one of them that was,
Oh,
that
there
we're
you
talking.
go.
And I think it's the fee thing.
It's the fee thing. I think, yeah, get some
Maybe
input
it could be a
because from that area.
resident sticker.
Well,
Like I said, it's not the big boats, it's not the out-of-towner, large
Yeah.
17 to 40-foot boats.
yeah,
It's the fishing
and
and metal boats.
I remember some of Aaron's comments, and it was, you know, it's the neighborhood place where you just want to go jump off the dock and swim. And if there's boats coming in and out because we made it too commercialized, that it takes that away. So,
Well, there's got to be a compromise.
yeah, there's got to be a balance.
It's gotta work for both,
Yeah, and it will be, there will be.
and it can.
Does anyone want to make a motion? A motion of support?
I'll make motions to support proceeding with a study of improving 9th Street boat launch. And probably acquiring that property someday.
To work with the harbor,
To work with the Harbor
to
Commission?
work,
Yeah, to work with
With
the
the
harbor.
harbor.
To work with the
Yes,
harbor.
absolutely. I think
Yeah.
that's a great partnership.
I think so too. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Is there anyone who would like to be the one to reach out to the Harbor Commission, or are they planning on?
I'll pass it along that you supported it, and then we'll organize some joint stuff.
Thank you. Excellent. Anything else, Laney?
Nope.
Okay. I have to apologize because my little thumb drive did not load my PowerPoint presentation. Until 2 in the morning.
I have to follow
And you're
PowerPoint.
gonna love it. These pictures are awesome. So I started with the disc golf course at First Street Beach. And this is like story time, okay? 3 trees along Cherry. That was a great location. Did you choose those from the tree commission? They planted, I think they're maple trees.
But yes, the first one was to celebrate Arbor Day. There were several of the Parks Commissioners that were present. And then when we did the residential tree planting last week, the week before,
Oh, another one, cool.
we just added 2 more to kind of kick that off further.
It's really nice. It looked really
you
nice.
notice them there.
Yeah.
It's a really great pic. Can you see that?
I'd like to see it.
I know, but I have like a whole packet, so I'm just gonna tear it apart and you guys can
Okay,
like
cool.
pass it around. Make sure Jeff sees it, because.
Tore the corner. I don't know if that's a good thing.
And then I went out with my son one day last week, I think it was Friday, and it was gorgeous. And I just have one that's just scenes from the golf course, because it is stunning. Has everybody been, like, walked the entire course?
Yes, yes.
Have you walked the disc golf course?
I have not.
You have
Oh,
not.
do it, Charlie. It's cool.
Yes, because it's stunning, like, just beautiful. It's like a walking advertisement for all the assets that are down there at Douglas Park. You see the tennis courts and the Rocket Bridge before. You see, I mean, the tennis courts and the Hampton and the beach, and it's just the baseball fields and the Lighthouse Park. And
Hi.
I literally have the awesomest photos of you. So, and one of those up on hole 5, it's right over the tennis courts. Did you guys just paint the backboard? Nobody noticed. Against the
I
green?
think he,
It's
I think they did, yeah.
I think they
beautiful.
did, yeah.
You
I
can
think
see that
Tanner.
right there if it was up there. But, so that's really cool. And then I have a photo of the little stumps around each of the holes. Number 10, I talked to Katie about this, and I had a question because I called it Creative Legacy Scoreboarding on number 10, 14, and 17, the logs that have the numbers on them. And I would call it, if it was illegal, this would be the stupid criminals moment, because they put their full names and their dates and, ace, or, and it's all over the front and the back on these
Oh,
particular.
that's kind of cute, actually.
So I didn't know, is
I
that,
know, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, creative, yeah.
that's not profanity, so,
Exactly.
and it's, so is that just a culture thing with disc golfers?
Yeah, maybe.
That, you're just.
I like it.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether to say, hey, can we get rid of that? Or, hey, should we praise that? So it's,
Keep it.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, because I mean, if it's not causing any, wreaking
Like a
any
growth
havoc,
chart in a closet.
Yeah, that's what I was, that's what I was
so I was
thinking.
like, okay, maybe that's.
it is
okay.
kind of cute.
But it is kind of cute, actually. And, but there's a photo if you're interested. My name is not on there because I'm not that good at it. But yeah, and the photo right next to it of the golfers walking away from it, it's not implying that they were the ones to do it at all. They happened to be there.
Hey, maybe a chalkboard at each hole. Would be, oh, no. I don't,
So anyway, it was really well used. We were not the only people out there. We even saw the trolley go by. There was a dog at the dog park watching us. It was just, you saw everything that was down there. Sorry. And it was a really nice, that's one of our best assets down there, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
That was before my time. I was here in time to do the open house, right? Or I got
Yeah.
to celebrate it.
You're
being
here
done.
during the important
Had
part.
nothing to do with it, but whoever did that, you can get on that.
I didn't realize they looked that good.
Right, it's really nice, so. And then because I was so close, I'm sorry, Karen, I went to the baseball diamonds because I happened to see the DPW guys a couple of months ago restaining this.
can't you see that? I can
Can
see
you see
that from
that?
the street.
They're beautiful.
Commented on that too. And
Lined up the tall bleachers on the west side, and I'm glad there's a railing because it's really tall, but they look, I mean, it's just.
yeah,
The view you see when you're up on top of it is just, you gotta see these, because,
I live this every day.
it's so nice, so, sorry, Karen.
no, that's cool. I saw it too. I thought it was as cool as heck.
So I made my son go climb them with me so I could take pictures and,
Yeah, no, that color is just striking.
my area is kind of right around there. So I went to Rotary Park, Little Rocket Park, and it's perfect. It's beautiful. And I took a picture because you
Right by.
guys replaced the little voice amplifier thing that had
Yep.
been broken.
Aw.
And then also got the sensory board posts moved, so they're not blocking the view of the lake anymore. They were gonna be right at the end of the main sidewalk,
good.
and you couldn't see them.
Good job.
What little you could see. Here, so now it's got,
Good job.
it's off to the left with the woods and the Hamptons right over here. So, is it up yet? I didn't drive by today.
It's not.
Not yet, okay. But I think that's a great location for it. I've got more, because I also have Mac Park. It's beautiful. It's, I already mentioned last time that you guys were great getting the new
Boards.
swings and painting or staining the boards. And it looks great. And then the only thing, I was looking really hard for something to I noticed that there's one more last.
You found a weed, didn't you?
It's just,
Found
it's
something.
cute. It's kind of cute. It's the last rustic-looking bleacher over near the slide. And it's okay. I know I wrote, not everything everywhere all at once can always be shiny and new. Yet the rustic bleachers and the set of 4 older swings told me they would like to gleam like the others the next time you're looking for a project. So see what I mean? It should have been up there. But anyway, I have photos for you. Just know exactly
Thank
what I'm
you.
talking about. And I mean,
And a little
focus on
description.
these
That's
are
too
like-
cute.
This was the last meeting they replaced boards and swings. And it's a really nice little park.
So I've said this many times, but just to clarify, and, you know, Lainey asked me about it. In the spring, we try to get everything opened up, right? And then we get a little bit of lag time where we can then tackle some projects and do the deep cleaning. And then, boom, it's almost, then when Memorial Day hits, everything's got to be done. That's how we run it. Like, everything's got to be done. And then after that,
Fourth of
when the
July
people
comes.
show up, then it's literally just maintaining it as we go. When we find opportunities, we can jump in and do stuff like that. I don't know if you went through First Street in the last couple days, but we had a report that there was some rotted boards on on the rotary deck south of the Lions Cabanas. When we went and investigated it, the lumber is rotted, like rotted. So we went in, we regraded the sand away and pulled it from that deck. We've literally rebuilt the wooden walkway up to it, and now we're doing spindles. And so, you know, stuff like that, we have to shift things away to get that done because it's an emergent and safety thing. But projects like painting and doing that stuff, we can do it as fillers, or we can catch it in the spring or late fall. Same thing with the deep cleaning of the bathroom. So as long as and I'm bringing this up so that expectations, we want to meet your expectations, but we want your expectations to be realistic. And so keep those things at us. We'll keep a list of them, and we'll knock them off as soon as we can.
So I put a disclaimer, next time you're looking for projects. I know, I've
Yeah,
asked for a lot with these.
But I appreciate that,
For the spring.
and hope, I'm glad that you guys are seeing some of the things that their guys are accomplishing too.
I have one more, I'm sorry, I'm not done yet. My last park is Lighthouse Park, and because we were at the disc golf, this is the view from the 18th hole of disc golf, and it's, how stunning is that? I mean, you guys do such a great job maintaining the parks, and that, I don't think I mentioned it last time, maybe on the bus, there were some, overheard in Manistee on Facebook, there were people praising Lighthouse Park and how great a job the city's doing in maintaining it, and how they love it, and
Lovely.
so it's, I don't know, can you see that?
And apparently,
You gotta see it, yeah.
wooden
I can see it.
parks like that are rare,
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
which I wasn't aware of.
And
Anymore.
there's some graffiti there, and I guess this is my one pro graffiti moment because I love it. It's adorable and I love it. Like the person with the puppy, can we keep it? Because I'm just gonna run it. You just gotta see it somehow. It says mom. And it's framed in the little hole
Oh,
in the
wow.
middle of a tower. And I think every mom who sees that is gonna be like, you know, like, oh, it's for me, right? And so,
I think
if
we
we can keep it.
We can overlook that.
I'll show you. And then,
Oh, yeah.
I love that. It's like art.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't that make you go, ah? And then there's also a photo, there's a broken
Could
chain.
have wrote anything there and they write mom. Ain't that cute?
It's like a tattoo on your arm.
Had it right on the
So
walls.
I hope we can keep that because it's adorable. And then there's a picture of a broken chain.
Yes.
And I took a close-up. It's just like one of those, what's the chain, like at the top of your chandelier that you can undo and take a loop out. I think it'd be really easy to do, but it's gonna take a strong guy with a wrench to open up the little, or some wire cutters.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Looking for a
You're gonna do it?
volunteer. I can do it. I can take care of
I
that.
just, I'm sorry, this is my last one, I promise. And then this one, I'm taking good care of the accent paint on, and it's not us, it's not you guys, so who's doing such, it's amazing. Somebody's touching up all the,
Yeah.
the colorful painted things.
Really?
It's not the Parks Commission, if it's not you guys, somebody
It must
out
be that
there
other
is doing
group
a
that
great
you're
job, and I just
Bobby
wanna say thank
Bobby
you for
Rogers and her
doing it.
crew are the only people that I know that have done that over the years, but I don't know who's doing it right now.
Yeah, well, whoever's out there, if they're watching.
I do too. And
No supervision, no calls to DPW, no, that's a good.
Anyways, just really appreciate it.
being done.
It's really, really pretty. And if I can just say one last thing, I went to Lighthouse Park and I came up upon 3 moms with toddlers. They were all playing and they said hello when I walked up, and immediately talking to each other, they said, wow, I really wish we had a splash pad in Manistee. And I couldn't contain myself, so I popped up with a, hey, there's one in the beach master plan, so this might happen in the future. They didn't know who I was. And I should have pushed a little further and asked for more comments, but I was so excited. And Ludington has one, I understand, in the last few years, so we talked about that for a second. And as I was leaving, I just happened to overhear, because I guess I eavesdrop. They said, have you been to those story times in the parks? And the mom started talking about, no, I work on Thursdays. And so there's a lot of conversation out in the parks about the things that we're doing and things they would like to see. And I think that's a really cool part of doing this, is not just looking for what's wrong, but
Talking to people.
trying to see what we're doing right and what they'd like to see for the vision for the future. And that's what I try to do in my, and I like to call out the DPW when they're doing an awesome job, because they're doing a lot of great stuff, and I appreciate that. And
They see,
what,
did the other end see all those pictures?
Yeah,
did you see?
we passed
all
them
of
down.
it?
All right.
There's a lot. So
They checked off.
I'm gonna organize them and give them to you, Jeff, and I'll re-staple them if I can find a stapler, but, or I'll send you because I know you appreciate them.
You should email them to me.
Did I do that?
Yeah.
Is that better than a hard copy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll do that. So I'm done. Sorry, that was really long.
Well, first,
You're
I
next.
think I'd like to request a different location next time.
I'll go after Liz.
PowerPoint, my flash, I didn't work either, so. No, I'm kidding. I have my yellow dog here. The first one I looked at was the marina. The lights are all working down there, and that is such a neat, on the river, it looks great. The lights from the boat side, I think we've got really big boats down there this year. Katie, you can attest to that. They just seem, and I thought that's a safety feature. It looks really good, all the lights. So that was good.
So that was, upgrading those lights, it was part of the Riverwalk EDA project. So
Yeah.
they've all been replaced and converted with LED luminaires.
Yes, and they will be
Yep.
painted, so it's only gonna,
They're being painted now.
it's gonna
Yep.
look better, and they're gonna stay white, and it's gonna look, but it's a good, that looked good at night. The bushes were replaced at the top by Larson's. They didn't all do bushes, they did put some hostas in. I looked, the hostas are okay, they're not all eaten. They're better than the hostas like where I live, that they're not chewed to the ground, so, and then they did put a few bushes in there, so it looks good. Those tables are being used, those little, and that was neat today. There was 3 men, and they had a little music going, and they were playing some dice game, but they were having fun, and they were sitting at one of those tables, and you see women, those are really used. You see women just visiting, having coffee there. And my only suggestion for that, and there again, is to power wash, especially the ones along the top of the, not along the sidewalk, but the ones further in on the other side of the shuffleboard. They need to be power washed underneath. It just doesn't, and I see more people sitting on the ones by the sidewalk, and I almost think it's because underneath there's, I don't know what it is, stains and pine and just normal tree stuff. But that would look better power washed when there's time, or some kid that could do that. That would look great. The shuffleboards do need the 3 large cracks repaired.
So
and to be
can I talk
smooth.
about that?
Yes.
Because was it you that sent the email out? I went and looked at them, and the cracks are actually vertical separations. So we've talked to one of our vendors to see, we're trying to explore a way of fixing it, but still making it usable. Because when you have that concrete that heaves and it cracks because it's heaving, you can't just like put a patch material in there, because then you've got a hump, and you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we've got a vendor that's going to provide us some material that we're going to try it out. But we do have we ordered the templates. We've had those at our office for about a month. So we're ready to to paint them, but we're trying to figure the crack thing out right now.
Yeah, the crack thing needs to be done first, they need to be edged, and I think we can get some, maybe volunteers or whatever to do it, but the crack part, and that's impeding their play, and people, shuffleboard is big in most areas, you go to Florida, that's a huge, and I don't go to Florida, but I know that it's big down there.
So I'm gonna let you in on a little known secret. There are shuffleboard courts at Fifth Avenue Beach.
Yeah, but they're covered up with the sand, aren't they?
We have them uncovered. We actually found them about 8 years ago, moving sand around, but they're not painted. And that's something we should look at.
Yeah.
It's right in between the volleyball court and the tennis courts.
Really?
Oh,
Are they in good shape, Jeff, the concrete?
we should have someone who plays shuffleboard, try those out, that would be great.
I think we should use the templates, paint them up,
Yeah,
and
see what
then,
happens.
yeah.
And then they could keep
And
that,
so that that's something we can get done right away while we're trying to figure out the crack thing and,
it'd be
you know
one
what
more
I'm
thing to
saying?
do at Fifth. I
Yeah.
love- Yeah, that's a very good thing, so, yeah.
And
that-
then we have
that's
the
good.
equipment.
And it could be stored at the Gulls, you know, at Kendra's, that would possibly, or,
Maybe.
you know, during the day if she would, I don't.
Do people own their own shuffleboard things, or is it always something that's contained at the?
Some do, but some
You don't have them at the marina,
don't.
do you? You do? Is
Most
that-
don't.
Yeah, I don't think so.
For a pickup game.
I mean, we have a lot
Yeah,
of,
the
People play with.
walk through the discs.
I don't.
And
I'm sure,
usually the
yeah.
shuffleboard,
We don't load it on
whoever
a lot.
supplies the shuffleboard supplies the equipment. That's usually the way I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
We'd have to buy something,
Right.
Yeah.
I think, you know.
We have extras, I was telling Jeff at the marina.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Cool. That
We
could
just,
work.
we just hold on to their driver's license while they play, and then they bring it back, and then.
That's a great way to do it,
Exactly.
absolutely.
And that, it's worked. But that would be, yeah, so people are asking about that, because that's a neat little area right there. Jane Seifert and Gordy, and I hate to mention names because there's other people involved, and I'm not mentioning them, but the gardens do look good. Gordy has done a great job down on the Riverwalk, and Jane's gardens up above, she keeps those, and she keeps that other spot down there, but the gardens look better this year on the Riverwalk. Some years those didn't look so hot. They do look
I
better.
noticed that too, today.
do look
Good,
Today,
they
I'm
look way
like,
better,
oh.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's a positive, and that's, some people have been working hard on those. The women's bathroom door is, I tried to just open it to see what the bathroom looked like. I couldn't get in it. And so then I went down and asked the kids, and they were very nice, if they had a key to unlock it. And the gal working said, I think it's just stuck. If you really ram your shoulder into it, you're able to open it. And I did that, but had she not told me that, I thought the deadbolt was locked. So there's something with that women's, and I didn't try the men's, something with that women's, I just assumed it was locked. And a woman ahead of me walked away. And so then I went up and I thought, well, maybe it's just stuck. I couldn't get it until she told me to really work into it.
I've reported it to, our facilities manager, and he said he adjusted it, and it was better.
That was today, it isn't
No,
better.
this was about,
An
yeah, a couple
older-
weeks ago, so I think
older than me
it adjusts,
could
and
do-
then maybe it doesn't.
Don't hurt yourself.
It doesn't. It's hard to push.
It's hard, yeah, we have had a problem with that door, but that's.
And then people think it's locked, and
It's
then
a
they report that
well-used
it's
spot,
locked, and
people
it's
know
not.
where it is, and it's, yeah, so that one we gotta get,
Yeah.
get that. And on the marina, we had stopped, we got a little tiny boat, we stopped there to get it gassed, he had never gassed up, probably such a small boat, and we got in it, realized we didn't have gas, and it was the young, related to Liz Mattice's grandson, what's his name, Gavin? He was very polite. If I'd come in from out of town and he said, do you mind if I step on the boat? He handled it extremely well and was very accommodating, extremely nice, had no idea who I was. I said, actually, I'm kind of lived down from you after we were done. So if he's,
It was a nice experience.
it was a very nice experience. If you were out of town, you would have been impressed with that young man. And probably all of them, but he did a good job. So, shuffleboard would be the big thing there at the bathroom door. The fish cleaning, there again, when you have time, they really need, I saw how how power washing Fifth Avenue, when those were power washed, it looked like they were painted. You know, before you even paint them, you went in there and those were so clean. The fish cleaning one are so used, and I know maybe they're probably rough on them, the people using them, They're rougher than most, but if we could clean those and then, you know, they're both, whatever you call it, there's men and women, both of them, not separate, and they just, they don't.
Those were deep clean last year, but they need frequent.
They need frequent, and it's, yeah, it just looks,
It's a lot of the environment there.
it is the environment, I think it's the amount of use too. There's a great deal of use. They're not just from the fishermen, but people going by and whatever. So those definitely, and the people using them are not just the fishermen, it's people going to walk out on the pier or whatever, they know they're there, and so it would be nice to clean those. That bench was moved, and it looks way, that was in front of that power thing, that was that looks way better not to have a bench right in front of the power station. And is that boat launch currently working? During the 4th, it said out of order or something. Is that working now?
The kiosk.
I haven't been.
We have replaced every single internal component of that machine, and it is working.
Okay.
Yay.
I saw him working on it. I saw, even Ed Bradford was down there. I mean, everybody in the city has tried on that, so, okay. And the sign was down today, and I had wondered if someone just tore it off or if it was working.
No, it's been working for over a week now.
Okay, okay. The Lions Pavilion, there's fewer tables in the pavilion, and it looks better. And I know if you have an event, you can move more in. It just looked more, it just looked better with the fewer buildings, and all the lights are working in there. So that looked pretty decent. So that's basically it.
Liz, I have a question about the fish cleaning station. Do those lights come on automatically or are they switched?
We've had issues with that. The timer burnt up on it, so they were on all the time, and then they were shutting off when they shouldn't be. So we just had a new timer installed this week, and so those shut off during the day, basically.
Good.
Okay. My kid fishes off that and he said, Mom, there's no lights down there. And I said, I don't know, honey, look around, see if there's a switch, because I don't go over there. But then he went again and they were on, so I don't know what the deal was, if maybe it wasn't working at the time.
Yeah, they actually installed one, I think it was Monday, and it was faulty, so then a new one was replaced today, so hopefully we got it dialed in.
Well, that's good, because I'm sure I'll hear about it.
That's it with you, Liz?
Yes.
Okay, done.
Okay, softball diamonds. I went down to North and South today, and I met Jared Knapp. He is the organizer of the co-ed softball. So I asked him, he says he uses the fields Wednesday and Thursday. He was out there raking the base paths because of the hard rain we had. Boy, does that diamond dust get swept away during that hard rain, doesn't it? It was outside the fence line even.
Oh, it's down on First Street.
Oh, did it go that far? I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
follow it that
If you
far.
look at that wall, the wall is stained red from that,
Oh, mama.
from the dye.
Yeah. So it was really weird walking on it because it was, you know, there were bare spots, things of that sort. It still looked good.
Our treatment plant recorded 2.7 inches of rain in 37 minutes last night.
I couldn't believe how hard it rained.
That is tremendous.
Yeah.
2 point what?
2.7 inches of rain in less than 40 minutes.
That was a ton of rain that fell hard too. So when I went over there, it was like I didn't know what to expect. But I'll tell you, both of them took rain really well.
After the meeting, we'll show you a video of one of the marina attendants trying to rescue a garbage can from being washed down the driveway.
Oh, really? Oh,
It's tremendous. Yeah.
But I didn't know. I'll tell you what, I love when a resident or residents step up and run their own programming if we're not going to provide it. So that's awesome that they do that. The other thing was that he was out there repairing the field, which, you know, to make sure that the game's going. So he's great at the maintenance too. So real nice to see that. They have 6 teams this year. They play Wednesdays and Thursdays. And I requested a schedule from him. So he's hopefully send it through my, so I kind of know who's playing when and where. Just to, you know, so I know, I don't know, just so we know, so I can let everybody know who's playing where and when. But that's about it there. The field looked great though. Those, I'll tell you what, those players' benches and look awesome with that. That stain is just really makes it pop. Really looks great. That was on the North Diamond, South Diamond. Standing water a little bit at third baseline. I couldn't believe that. With all that rain that we had, your diamonds stayed wonderfully. Players' benches look awesome. Volunteer growth again at the fence line. That just happens. We've had a lot of rain. That cracked yellow fence topper. Can that be removed?
We've
I'm
got
afraid-
we've got new stuff ordered.
Oh, do you? I was gonna say, I'm afraid somebody's gonna put their hands in there, because that's really sharp.
Yeah, every couple of years we order another roll and then replace the worst stuff.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. I'm glad to hear that. There was a bike left leaning against, is there somebody living somewhere around there? Anybody know?
I've seen people sleeping on the bleachers.
Is that what's going on?
I
There was some
don't know,
open
but-
food packaging and a bike, and then I was afraid to move around too much to look around. Now, is that announcement booth ever used? I was afraid to even look in there.
I don't think so.
Okay, those are locked though, right?
Yes.
I never tried the doors on either of them. Okay. That was my concern. I went into the bathrooms. They were good. Arthur Street, parking block was replaced. Thank you. The cracked one was, moved and replaced. Envelopes, I could see that those were present. And what kind of light is at the ramp at night? What kind of, is that that's not a sodium vapor, is it above the, it's really dim, whatever it is.
I know we were working on that. I'll make a note of that and check into that.
Yeah, because it looks really yellow and, maybe that's the color of the bulb, I'm not sure, but it's really dim to me. And it looks like it's there to light the area there, but it just didn't look like it was doing a good job. And I saw that last week. But everything else looked good there. The only other thing was about the outside of the bathrooms. Those doors, I don't know if they're dirty or if that's paint. I don't think it's paint. It might be dirt. But that whole alcove kind of could use a little freshening up. That's, whenever you get a chance. I know you guys are busy, and you have been doing a bang-up job, so thank you. Everything looks really, really good. And that's pretty much it for me, I think. Oh, Man-Made Lake, yeah, that looked really good. Man-Made Lake looks good. When do we acquire the property? When is it ours?
We're still waiting to receive the actual grant agreement from the state of Michigan. We expect that in July, August, so
Coming
hopefully
soon.
it's coming soon.
And then how long after that do we expect it to take?
I'd have to refresh my memory on that.
Is it in the next
There's-
year, I hope?
Yeah, there's
Oh,
a whole,
okay.
but there's a step-by-step process you go through.
But there's a lot going
Will
on.
there be some kind of celebration when we actually acquire that?
Yes, when we take that fence out of there.
Yeah, orange
Will you invite
fence?
us?
We need to have, we need to have a dedication.
Yeah.
We really do.
Yes.
Yes.
That would be fun. That would be really nice.
We absolutely should.
Yes, we should.
I agree.
So once the grant agreement comes from the state, and I'm going to skip steps because it's been a month or so since I read the documents, but the city has been proactively taking steps that we can ahead of time to get ready, like doing a title search and getting appraisals done, stuff like that. So we have to go through the whole process the state needs us to ensure that what we're paying for it and what they're participating in is fair and equitable. And so we have to go through those steps and then go back and forth with submittals. And but the next step that's really meaningful is getting the documents from the state.
Gotcha. That'll be awesome. I can't believe we were operating that as a city park without owning the whole thing. But I think it'll be awesome when we do own the whole thing. Beautiful parcel.
Yes.
So that's all I have.
Jeff, do you have anything? Because I actually put you on here as an actual.
Yeah, thank you. Just a couple things. Memorial Park, the North River Walk, just to give you an update on that. I think we talked about it on the bus tour, but we bid that out. We received, I think, 3 bids on it. The low bid had some items that were of concern. The cable railing, for example, the price they put was extremely low, and the block walls the price was extremely low. There were several items like that. So we met with the contractor, we've asked for references, we asked for resumes, we asked for them to start submitting shop drawings. What it boiled down to is, I believe it's a company that wants to do this type of work, probably has the capability, but hasn't specifically done park-type improvements. The first submittal that they gave to us was for the cable railing, and it was not a commercial-grade cable railing or anything close to the specifications. So when we pressed them a little bit harder, the engineers were working hard on this, but when we pressed them harder, they basically said, listen, look, if you want us to install the stuff you designed, you're gonna have to add $300,000 to our bid. So they're out.
Because that was in the RFP, what you specified.
Correct.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it doesn't sound meant that.
So, but when we met with them in person, they were assuring us that they were gonna install the things that we specified. When we got down to the nuts and bolts, they were not. So we're now down to the second low bidder. We met with them today. The second low bid is higher than the money or more than the money than we budgeted. So we're working through kind of three avenues. One is seeking some additional funding. So the city manager's working on that. And we had some discussions with the finance director. So we got a couple options there. Two is reduction of the scope of the project. And then three is value engineering, where we might be able to use a block that is equal or better, but costs less. And so we're working through those things to get it to a closure, or get it to a contract so we can start construction. The other thing that has happened is there's two platforms. One's kind of a fishing pier that's close to the Maple Street Bridge. The other one's kind of a jut out towards the river. We designed this with an elevated walkway that connects the two, and would require piling to be placed in the stone riprap along the shoreline. So obviously that requires a joint permit from Eagle and from the Corps of Engineers. The Corps of Engineers has kicked this up a level to not just a permit review, but to what's called a 408 review, which is a very intense real estate and engineering review. And we believe it's because our assets on the Riverwalk and the net shed got damaged by their dredging, and we filed a claim. So now they're saying, well, if you're going to build more stuff, we're really going to give it some scrutiny so you don't come back and say, well, we hurt your stuff again. That's my personal belief. But that could delay the project. But that's in process, and we're working through that, so.
I guess one of the things that when I hear you talk about reduction of scope or value engineering, what's the process to make those decisions?
It happens frequently on projects, and so, and remember that we have grant money that's tied to this. So in this situation, in most situations, it comes down to what can we remove from the project that doesn't change the overall intent of the project itself. So that elevated walkway is one of the items that could be removed because it doesn't exist today. It's something that we hoped we could do, hoped we could afford, and would make the park better. But if we can't afford to do it, that may have to be one of the things that gets taken out.
Because it seems to me we get into a disconnect when we present this is what we're going to do, and then things are dialed back, and then the community's like, what happened to this? What happened to that? Because there's no communication between point A and the result. So, I guess if there was some way to, when it comes time to make those decisions, like there was some communication about it of some kind. Because the community has thoughts of what should happen. Maybe different than what really happens.
Maybe they would have a funding source also.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of something that I noticed happened at the Riverwalk. It felt like, to me, the recent work.
Well, typically when those contracts are approved, I mean, the projects are designed, they're bid out, and then if there's changes, those are communicated to city council, and those are public, and often the newspaper picks up on that stuff and reports it.
But at that point, can city council say, well, we don't like that?
Of course.
Okay.
See how easy?
Yeah.
But respectfully, you have to come up with an alternative then. We either have to fund it.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be one of the solutions is,
Well,
you know what? And actually that happened with the Riverwalk project itself is council approved contributing more of our fund balance to cover it. And then we also received a massive grant from the Community Foundation, and we were able to preserve a lot of that project. And this could be a similar type situation.
Okay.
Who were the contractors, Jeff? Who were the three? Is it different than on our first, on the
Yes.
South Shore? Okay, so.
One of them was the same.
Okay.
The other one was a local contractor, and then there was a contractor from the Grand Rapids area that was actually the low.
So which one are you leaning towards? The middle one? And you don't want to say yet who it was?
We
but-
don't lean.
Okay.
We take the lowest
Yeah.
responsive bidder.
You have to.
Okay, so you threw out the very lowest, but we're
So
second.
the lowest bidder was not responsive because they did not bid based on the specifications. And so they actually voluntarily withdrew it,
So now we're
basically.
at the next.
So now we go to the next lowest responsive bidder, and we're working through that.
And then is there a deadline for completion on that? Since it was-
There is, and it may have to be adjusted,
Okay.
because
what
it
is
was
the
going to be
current
completed this
deadline?
fall.
This fall?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
So it may have to extend into the spring.
Okay.
The other thing that I was going to bring up is, at Sands Park, there's been conversations about upgrading the skate park. So today I received the final piece of information I needed on the condition of the existing equipment. And then I also have the engineer's update on some options for repaving and resurfacing that. So the city manager's office will be scheduling a Sands Park Control Board meeting to discuss that further. Just wanted to keep you in the loop.
Will you let us know when that meeting is, if we want to come attend?
Yeah, it'll be publicly noticed. Yeah.
Good, if we don't publicly notice, will you remind us? That's what I meant, is
Will you
it?
remind me?
1-3.
Will you remind me to remind them, please, Katie?
You know my number, right, Jeff?
Yeah, we can do that.
Thank you.
And then I think Leanie or Liz could explain this probably more, but council approved entering or extending interest with the community land bank, county land bank, at acquiring some of the Jefferson School property. So if you haven't followed it or been, basically, the school submitted a proposal to council that said the school would, and I'm going to make this real broad, but the school would take over all maintenance activities at Sands Park if the city wanted to take over part of the Jefferson School property to convert that to parkland. And we've talked about this as a group. The school has kind of removed that offer, and my understanding is they intend to transfer that property or sell that property to the land bank in its entirety. The land bank has then reached out to the city and said, does the city have any interest in that? So the city, with city council, is going to explore acquiring a portion of that.
There would be a cost involved, correct?
I don't know that.
I don't
Okay.
know that.
Okay.
Don't know.
It looked, to me, my impression was there is a cost, but just so you know, we had to, at that time, recommend an option. The option selected was the largest piece, including the parking lot. So it would be the current playground and the parking lot and that empty space. So basically, all the land bank would use, why they're acquiring it is for housing, the part along the street that Jefferson School is on.
Bryan Avenue.
Yeah.
Oh, here he goes, there we go, I like
Oh,
this.
that makes sense.
Yeah, it did.
I have a question about all that. I read in the paper, just like everybody else, Jefferson, or Maps is gonna sell Jefferson to the land bank?
Yes.
I didn't realize the land bank bought anything. I thought you.
I didn't either. That's why I said it.
They're buying it to develop it, if I understand it correctly, with the hopes of selling the lots to recoup their cost.
And
So-
make extra money.
Oh, I got you.
So it's a,
So,
It's an investment for them.
so basically,
Oh, got it.
Stoneman is gonna get out of that too.
He's,
So,
I think he's responsible for tearing down Jefferson.
What my understanding is the school is going to use separate funding to tear the school down.
Yeah.
And then, I said transfer, and I don't know what the dollar amount or how that, but basically, the land bank would acquire the entire property, and then the city could acquire a portion of that from the land bank.
but Jefferson would, or Maps would pay to tear it down?
That's what I understand is the current plan.
but not
Said,
using
yeah.
the bond dollars, because if they use the bond dollars, it can't be sold until if my understanding is correct, until the bond is paid off.
Yep.
So they would not, they're gonna use different dollars. They will use general fund dollars and then sell it to the land bank. That, if they use general fund, it allows them to sell the property. And the land bank, Katie, Grubeck,
Mel.
I believe her, like,
She's
Grubeck
married
now.
now.
This-
Yeah,
she got
yeah,
married.
yep.
But she said that they're very open to public input. The land bank wants this to go well, it's their first project. Linda, you're right, it is different than their other projects where it's just mostly demolition. So they do want this, it's in the eyes, and there has been controversy with the property. So she seemed very open to, hopefully to public input and, yeah, I hope so.
And then the last update I had was just on the Riverwalk upgrades project. The painters have been out for a week or two now, and so they're continuing painting railing and the light poles. The landscape contractor has been working on installing the seating area and shade structures down by the college building. They've encountered numerous buried utilities, including fiber optics and the electric lines that feed the college building, which were not in the location that they were marked, nor on the prints. So they're working through those, but it's progressing.
How's that money coming out as far as the budget goes? Do you know that? I mean, are we?
We've had to eat into the contingency fund pretty substantially,
Wow.
but it's budgeted funds, so.
Okay.
Jeff, I have a question, and maybe you don't know the answer to this, because I sure don't. If Maps takes over the maintenance of Sand Park, are they gonna have first call on the skate park?
My understanding is that they've removed that offer, but I certainly would like them to participate in it.
You'd like them to do what?
Participate in the operation and maintenance of that,
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be nice.
especially if the city's going to acquire more parkland, that creates more responsibility for our staff. We've talked about this all the time, but we're getting compliments on the parks now where years ago we were not. And I think it's that third employee. I mean, we invested as a community in more maintenance, and there's a cost to that, but we're starting to see the benefits of that. And so I'm a little nervous that we're going to go backwards if we've got more equipment and more land to take care of, but we may need to invest more that way, you know what I'm saying?
When Larry retired, were you able to replace that position?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, there's 3 parks employees.
Okay, I thought we were down one again. Okay,
Nope.
that's good to know.
By the Sands Park, I don't know what it, I want to say bylaws, but that's not, there's a management agreement from, I don't know, 1951 or something, and it actually states that it's supposed to be 50/50. And maybe we just need to start using that document more effectively.
Yeah, I think that's something we need to discuss as a board, because the city has assumed every penny of responsibility
And they are,
forever.
yeah, and just by the sale of this, they will no longer be mowing Jefferson. And it's not like Jefferson was taking a lot, it was mainly mowing. It wasn't like when the tree fell down, it didn't immediately get taken care of or whatever. It wasn't, it was mowed and it was maintained, but it wasn't maintained.
Well, and, you know,
It didn't-
we
it wasn't-
work at pursuing, you know, let's say the city is responsible for X, Y, and Z at Sands Park, and Manistee Public is responsible for A, B, and C. At least then it would be, and that might be something to work on.
Right, but I think D&E doesn't get mowed.
Well, I think part of it is because nobody knows what one side and the other is doing.
Uh-huh.
I'm afraid, I don't know.
Because nobody talks to each other over there.
Yeah.
Because I know the Parks Department, they do a great job. And then when you look out the back window, there's this whole strip. It's like, you know, I'm not cutting up to your property line because I don't like you, you know? So it makes sense to me, but.
Yeah.
So those are just a few things I wanted to mention to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I ask, you said you had the great idea this spring where you said you were gonna get some signs made for when there's construction at the
Oh, yep.
Veterans, not Veterans, North Riverwalk?
Yes, I have those ordered.
Yay.
So
Thank you.
we have some, I asked the landscape architects to create some imagery that basically, because right now, there's dangerous parts of Memorial Park, and so we've got fencing across it. We try to do it subtly, keep people out of there. They tear it down, they go through anyway, but there's some dangerous areas, so we've got keep out signs. And so we've ordered some large signs that we can put up that say, you know, kind of pardon our progress kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those should be, we should have those pretty soon.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
That looked nice.
Yeah.
That looked nice. That was a great idea. Love that.
Jeff, how much summer help do you have?
Excuse me?
How much summer help do you have?
We have 11 employees, and they're doing a really good job this year.
Yeah,
I
no,
think-
they're
I
knocking
think
it
they are.
out.
Everything that I've looked at in my limited vision, it looks good.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a good crop this year. Quite a few returners, so it makes a big difference.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, can we move on to events? I guess I'll go first because I can talk about 3 of them, and I'll try to be faster than the eyes on the park thing. But we started out this summer, Karen and I, running the park art drop, and I don't know if anybody knows the hiding place other than the person that found it, because we didn't actually tell you guys where it was.
Don't.
You don't want us to tell you?
Yes.
We could use it again, don't tell.
Guys,
I never told you where we were hiding.
We
the
figured
art
it
drop.
out.
You figured it out.
She wanted me to go down and get it.
By the
Katie,
She's like, take me for a ride and let's go get it. Yeah.
were you really? Yeah.
He wouldn't.
But anyway, so you knew where it was. And the problem was I didn't actually know if that was our property or not because the fences were down at man-made. It was at man-made.
Good point.
No, it was like
Oh,
kind of
I
at the
was wrong
border.
then.
You were wrong.
I was wrong
He was
then.
wrong.
You were
Oh,
wrong.
they think
Well, I
they
don't-
knew where it was.
Yeah.
know which side it was on because the fencing was down and I was like, well, can I ask? I don't know.
That's funny.
There's a really big tree and it was in the hollow inside of the tree at man-made along the shore. Cool.
Yeah.
I admit this time I used AI to help me write the clues, and then I kind of fed it ideas, and it would come back, and we'd go back and forth editing. And when it started, it came up with this grand plan that somewhere in Manistee, there was a tree with a hollow on the beach. And I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna find this. This does not exist. So I went around walking 5th Avenue and 1st Street, and I got to Man-Made. I'm like, oh my gosh, there is a tree in the sand along the shore
Look at
with a
that.
hollow inside. I don't know how it knew or if it was coincidence, but so that's what we ended up going with. And somebody found it like I staked out
Yes.
at Man-Made.
Texted
when
me.
the 6th clue came out. I parked my car.
She texted me. She goes, I don't see anybody coming yet.
I wanted
And
to
it's 7 minutes after
Yeah,
the
it was
blast
like-
posting, and she goes, oh, wait a minute, I think
I
somebody's
was
coming.
texting.
I go, what a covert operation we got going on here.
Because before you couldn't do
The
that.
police
because
were
you
going
didn't
by
know.
looking for drug dealers.
Oh my gosh.
And let me tell you, that is so hard to hide. You hid it for us one year, Jeff, and you've
What?
Yeah.
you've
I've
got to
had-
dodge
Yeah,
people who are out there in the
Yeah.
parks and let them not know that you're hiding
Right.
something.
exactly, because they want to know what you're doing
I
there.
had
They're
to do
looking
that
at it.
like 10 times in
Yeah.
a thunderstorm. There were still people there at Man-Made swimming in a thunderstorm. I don't know what to do. It was late at night. It was dark. I had my son come with me. I was going out there and
Well, we certainly know who's having fun with this project.
Isn't she?
kind of stressful, really. Like, do you want to? Who wants to hide it next time?
It's hard. I've done it. I told you. I grabbed my husband with
You
me.
have a lookout?
have to do the clues.
No,
I just have to hide it and then tell you where
without
it
being
is.
seen.
Yeah.
Well, I have to know where the hiding place is. So I can
Well,
find it.
First, so that she can get the clues
So,
together.
um,
Do you want to work with her on making the clues and hiding it next
I
time?
could try, I don't know how good I'd be.
But
I have a very good idea of how to hide that and be, but we'll share it offline.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Karen and I had to pretend to play disc golf. It was right after a thunderstorm at West Merrick last year.
Yes. And so I'm gonna miss it on purpose, okay? And you make sure nobody's watching.
Stakeout.
Like, what's she gonna do? What's she gonna do if somebody's watching what I'm doing?
That was at the flagpole at the corner.
Yeah.
Do we
And then,
have
West Merrick.
a prize?
we do?
Karen
We do?
arranged one again.
Good.
She's been
Yes.
our prize arranger.
Generous.
Anyway, I'm sorry. It was
They love it, so I'm like,
Sounds like
good.
And Kelly McCall posts everything on Facebook for us in it, and she's really great.
I'd like to know how many people are actually following. Because I see on the government Facebook or on the city Facebook page, but that doesn't show you how many are on the Instagram or anything following it, right?
I don't do Instagram, so
I don't do either, so I don't know who's following it. Interesting.
I don't know. I just know when it was that one time you hit it for us, Jeff, and it was out at Reeds Park. And I had to go hide another one because it was found in the first 30 minutes, and we're like, this isn't fun. And make it go longer. There
And then we
were,
thought that the guy, because he lived across the street, might have seen it, but he denied that he did. He said his goal
Yeah.
was, he said, I've been thinking about this for a year, my goal, and I know the history, I know everything. There was a history clue that, and he said, that was my goal to win this.
Oh,
So it was like, I know all the history of the parks, and it was like, oh.
He's working hard. I like it.
when I had to go back, there were like dozens, over a dozen cars and people out there searching. So I
Yeah.
had to wait out in the rain for everyone to leave. It's always raining. I'm sorry. So that was fun. Somebody
Yes.
found it. They were happy. An artist, local work of art was given out.
And a T-shirt too was donated.
And Sammy
Lukashevich.
Shevitz.
Lukashevitz donated
Lukashevich.
a Best Speech in Michigan t-shirt for the prize too.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then we had a Mad Hatter's Tea Party. I didn't do a PowerPoint, but it was in the newspaper.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Oh, that was cute.
Karen did a great job on that.
Yes.
Tea party, or little teacups. There were 27 that attended that one,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
Angie from the
27.
library does a story time. and
Great
we
idea.
spent snacks and
Help out.
or whatever you think of theming. And next time it's pirates at the marina instead of feeding the ducks. We were going to do until y'all told me we can't.
Till you ruined her.
So now it's pirates, and it's next Thursday if anybody wants to come and
I'm not
support. It's at 11 a.m. at the marina, and Angie Holtman from the library is going to read stories. I've got all the snacks already.
how long they nip typically?
Do,
A little over an hour. Hour 15.
You know how she is. Yeah.
The last one went till about 12:15. Started. They're fun. Do you want to dress up like a pirate, Tim?
I did a nice lumberjack, I might add.
yeah, you still might have the.
Yeah, right.
I
But
could
it's
do
gonna be
it.
fun. It's well received. A lot of people come from the library, and we're only doing 2, not 4 this summer. So this will be the last one. But there's one more.
Is there another art drop this summer?
Yes,
Do you
it's we don't have a date yet, but
Oh,
it's
okay.
the World Art Day. Art Drop Day is September
Okay, so September.
2nd
Yeah.
or 3rd.
Okay.
depending on- so it'll be either late August, early September, whatever, around not on Labor Day weekend, but before or after.
Okay.
You're gonna try to find it this time, Katie.
No,
I don't think she's allowed, is she?
I'm allowed.
Running
If
it.
I don't
We're not
hide it,
telling
I'm
you any
allowed.
secrets. I don't know. And then, so that's story time, park art drop, movies.
Yeah.
Did you get the email that I sent to Bill Gamble, and he said he was going to send it to you about movies in the park?
He
Jeff?
talked to me about it.
Did you get the email?
I don't remember, but I know we talked in detail about it.
Well, I'm going to.
Getting a flow chart this time.
I did get it because it had the 3 options.
Do you want a
Yeah.
hard copy?
No, thanks.
You don't want, okay. Let's bring it.
It said you're getting a flow chart this time.
Well, I've been working really hard on trying to get movies in the park going,
Okay,
and
cute.
I started last summer. I called Ludington's downtown board that does the Ludington movies in the park. They've been doing them since 2002, maybe. So they're a great resource, and I got a call back from the mayor, because has been involved in that, Mark Barnett, and he was so helpful telling me how they do it, how they organize it, how to get it done. He got me in touch with a tech person who I just spoke to this spring. He got me in touch with his tech person that he,
I mean, she's
has a
been working.
backup support. He's local in Manistee, so I've been talking with Alex. He went and made 3 proposals. So my sticking point was, I don't know technology, what do I need? What power speakers, what size screen, what, type of projector is appropriate. He's worked with Ludington's movies in the park for years, and he's like, I've gone up the ladder. I've gotten to the tech genius, and he gave us 3 proposals for a basic
Beautiful.
mid-range top tier equipment, everything, prices, where to purchase links.
Wow.
And I talked to Bill Gamble, and he said, maybe not this year because we missed the budget deadline, but wondering if we do it at the Lions Pavilion, Jeff, do you think we'd be able to access the Lions Pavilion fund that's been growing over these last couple of years in order to do them at the Lions Pavilion area? Is that a possible funding source? He said we might need to be creative.
That's right. You guys
or waiting.
requested, and I believe we're approved to set aside that money for
Carryover.
Lions improvements, so.
Could that be considered a improvement if we hold our movies in the park? I don't know what's going on down here.
Hello, she's gonna.
Yes, we can. Do you know if we can?
I wanted to say that we probably have a match with the Lions Pavilion money, and it would be a perfect time to ask the Community Foundation for some money. Because I think,
Is that
The
the
mini
kind of thing they
grant.
would support?
I believe so. It's
Really?
recreational.
Yes.
I mean,
It-
right?
Yeah.
I can't see it, but I think it would
That's
be,
yeah.
it'd be a new
That's actually
project.
countywide. People would come in for this.
Yeah. So,
Well, when I talked to her, it was
Who's her?
Sarah, sorry.
Oh,
I was thinking,
okay.
I think they're one and the same, Community Foundation, Sarah Herbert. She said that we, as a Parks Commission, couldn't apply for grants. It had to go through,
right, that's
Right.
why I look at Jeff.
okay.
Because,
Look at
yeah, because I don't think there's probably, what's the most expensive option?
The top tier is about, oh, thank you. I think it's 4,500, but
Oh,
I didn't ask him,
as I thought.
I didn't ask him to include the sound because we had a gentleman agreed, I think, to let us
He agreed to let us
try
use it
his-
if it's compatible.
With
And
the
those,
system.
those 2 men were gonna, I
They
don't know
were-
if he got back to you.
I don't know if he did. He didn't say he got with it. I'm sorry, side conversation. 4,500, but that doesn't include the sound system because we think we might have someone who's willing to let us try his
For the very first few
for
years.
the first bit. But we would have slightly more if we have
So
to
the-
buy our sound.
Yeah, if you remember, the foundation has, I believe it's the Limitless Fund, which is a $5,000 grant, and you can apply for that any time of the year. So that might be a good fit for this.
Yeah.
They are funding a lot of projects for us, so it's not like we're not getting anything out of them. I
Right.
mean, they just put a couple $100,000 into the Riverwalk, and,
They've been generous.
but I think that limits, that it's the same fund that we tried to get the basketball court for Fifth Avenue. So,
And I think, if I recall correctly, they didn't like it because they wanted like a big new project kind
no,
of thing.
the reason why they didn't grant that request is because they wanted the beach master plan to be completed and make sure it was a part of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this.
So it was
might
kind of
be-
like a not a no, but it wasn't a yes.
Okay, but this might be.
But this is outdoor recreation. Yeah, this is kind of what the intent, I believe, of.
And then
what's that?
maybe we could get the compatible speakers.
So I'll work with you on that, and we can explore it with Sarah, yeah.
Cool, very nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Great.
These,
Thank you, Karen.
all 3 of them
Yeah.
I've talked to from Ludington, they have been so kind and so helpful. I mean, just going out of their way to, I mean, he even went down and scoped out our sites for us. I had been talking about the Veterans
I like
Memorial
this.
Park. He measured, what would be the best location.
Did they have a recommendation for the site?
Yes, in fact, just this week, he came back with I don't think the 20-foot diameter would fit at Veterans Memorial. It might be too big. So was like, well, we're also thinking about the Lions Pavilion area. And he's like, oh yes, we could do 20 foot, 30 foot. That would actually be better. Even though it's a little quaint and there's built-in seating at the Veterans Memorial, it would hold more people at the beach and you could do a bigger screen, more people. So he thought that was a better site at the beach actually than the Veterans Park.
Well, that'd be great if,
It would have to be
We can-
smaller.
been talking about it for years.
Yeah.
To Be able to
Would be
pull the
fun.
plug on this
Yeah.
would be
He
huge.
said the 150-inch screen would be a better, smaller screen for Veterans Park, but it would look too small if then we did them down at the beach with that size screen, so.
Yeah, I mean, my head's kind of spinning right now.
Is it too much
I'm thinking,
information? I'm sorry.
well, no, I think a screen at the beach equals a sail.
You gotta anchor it.
So so
Right.
we just gotta, but I love the creativity with funding it that way, so.
Yeah, cool. Thank
Yeah.
you for bringing that up.
In place.
In Ludington, they do
Ludington, they
use
keep
a
it.
retractable one. It has the metal tube, it's locking, and they keep it up all summer, take it down in the winter. But they spent $5,000 on that like 10 years ago or more. I looked, now they're like 10 to 15,000 for a similar
Wow.
thing like they have, so, 10 plus years later, it's.
Yeah.
But-
Very cool.
So we were looking at the inflatable ones, because they are a lot cheaper.
Locations did they look at?
He,
Yeah.
just the two that I said we were thinking about. I suggested Veterans Memorial because it just looks like you should be watching something there, and
And the
just Lions
sequel's
Pavilion at
tiered.
the beach. The two. But I know we have lots of sites we could
Yeah.
consider.
Yeah.
Even sitting on those bleachers at softball diamond, I'm like, this is great.
Yeah.
Sitting on all those bleachers.
Sit on the grass
Yeah.
and the bleachers.
Yeah,
Right.
that could work.
And
Or
then
bring your own
Duffy.
chair too.
Duffy would be a great place too. It's also windy, but I mean,
I like it.
any of our parks that have power and.
Sand would blow in the equipment there at the beach.
Anyway, okay.
Thanks, Karen.
Yes,
Great
thank
news.
Thanks. I have too much stuff here. Okay, but the other ones are police in the park and dancing in the park. Did you want to talk about those, Liz? Because you
Well, we
were-
did that police in the park. He may want another one. That was a pretty easy pop-up and it was very effective and we had tons of kids there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, that was huge. It was excellent.
It went better.
And it was at Morton Park and it really went over. That was positive. And then they had dancing in the park. We'd go over, do we want another event? Do we want to try to do that this summer? I mean, I think.
Did we get somebody to do the dancing?
I think we do because there's a little line dancing group. I do have someone that I believe would help.
Good, because I contacted
So, yes, they
Mamie
would.
Foster too. And she wasn't able to help us, but.
Yeah. So, think you would want to do that in August or something, or just September?
Just a
Well,
quick
maybe,
pop-up.
Just quick, yeah, just
Yeah.
I mean, they're meeting, there's a group that meets every Tuesday night, so what we'd have to do, and possibly, is just even have them come and do it in the park Tuesday
Right,
night.
no, that would be a great
You know, that would be a
idea.
great mix,
Yes.
and then people, if you learned it and loved it, and you did it in the park outdoors, maybe you would join their Tuesday night group and
Oh, that would be. a good-
continue it.
Yeah, that's.
Is there a group that would do it not for us, but for the community, or it would be something that we have to?
No, I think that they would come in and, we'd support them, but they would come in and teach the dancing. I'm not volunteering to do
you
that.
need like a hard right?
Yes, it could be, I envisioned it
Pickleball
possibly
courts
like,
or something.
well, or even down like at Fifth Avenue, you're out there, they have that pad out in front.
Yes,
In
there,
the
yeah.
evening,
That would
and
be
you have a
kinda
fire
cool 'cause you could
going, and
see
it
it,
could be
yeah.
really neat. You're
And
out there
other
watching
people
the
could see it,
sunset. It could just be like they do the yoga in the mornings there. It's just kind of, it'd be highly visible, it'd be fun, it's a gorgeous spot, to have a little campfire or whatever, so. What date would you think, or just pick a Tuesday in August and?
Pick something they're willing to do.
Okay, let me get back. I
Yeah.
can email you on that if okay,
Is that it?
that's it. I'm done.
Okay. So we do these events in the parks, guys. I don't know if you've seen that in the newspaper, but we do. This was actually Liz's idea when she was chair 2 years ago, or was it before you were chair, that we were gonna start events in the parks to try to draw people in because we felt they weren't being utilized enough, especially some of the neighborhood parks. And we wanted to draw people in to kind of notice and reacquaint themselves with the different parks. So that's how all the events started, and we just kind of have kept going with some of them. And they are a lot of work.
They are a lot of work.
But
Can be,
people
yeah.
seem to really like them, and if we're willing to continue doing them, I think it's a really, it's a neat thing to do for the community, but, so anyway, a shout out to Liz, because that was kind of her.
And Karen's really taken over on these, so.
I do a lot of the legwork.
The physical work.
Give me an idea, I can run with it, so I don't know, but that's where that came from. And likewise with Eyes on the Park, I think that started with you, when you were chair, Liz. Divide up the parks, and we're all going to get to know those parks and report on them, but. The budget mention in here is just because at the beginning of the year, we, as a group, voted on what we thought was most important, and I've just kept it in here over the last few months so we would remember what our budget priorities are. I don't know, since that time, the Beach Master Plan has come out. I don't know if there's an opportunity to adjust that, or if that is what we're doing over the next year, or is there an opportunity if we say, wait a minute, maybe pickleball isn't as important as it seemed?
To adjust your budget priorities?
Is
Well-
that adjustable, or is that?
The input you gave, that the Parks Commission gave, was included in the capital improvement plan
Right,
and is in the current budget.
okay,
Not verbatim, but the influence of it is in the budget.
okay,
So the next opportunity would be next March, April, and
okay. But like, there's money being set aside potentially for each of those things for the future, is that?
if you look in the city budget, I can call that up.
Well, I guess the thing we can start thinking about is the countywide parks plan, recreation
Yes.
plan, and how it, because one of the things I know we tried to do is align the two, what we have in the countywide recreation plan with our budget. So, maybe if we don't, as we do the recreation plan, we want to do changes, that's where we'll change it first, because that's coming up. I think maybe first, maybe not, I don't know.
I only ask because I know we're talking a lot about movies in the park and property acquisition, but we're not talking as much, it seems, about pickleball courts and trails as we have been prior to making this budget priority.
Well, I think the city's putting aside every year an amount, allocating.
For pickleball,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
Right, so
So-
it's still gonna go ahead.
Yeah, so up on the screen, I put,
Oh, here we go.
we've got $1.235 million for the Riverwalk rehab, $605,000 for Veterans Park, $160,000 to acquire the lot on Man-Made, $15,000 for seal coating Memorial Park. And then in the future, so those are in the budget this year. Those have been adopted. In upcoming years, we've got the parking lot at Morton, paving the gravel portion of Duffy, First Street playground equipment, just an upgrade there, rehabbing the fountain downtown on River Street, softball lights, at least on the north field, a kayak rental station, pickleball courts, $350,000. So to support that, we've been putting, I think, a $50,000 a year out of our capital improvement fund that's been allocated each year and will build.
Is that the amount that we'll have at that year if we continue putting things aside? Will
No,
there, like,
that would
pickleball,
be,
will there be?
that would be like local match
Okay.
or something like that.
Is that a cumulative amount? I can't remember. Or was it a fixed 50,000? Or
It's-
does it a carryover cumulative?
It's cumulative, every year it's
50 or
50,000.
30? Was it 50? Okay.
Like, I mean, when you see 350 in year 5 for pickleball, is that something we're building towards currently? Or is that, no, in year 5, we're gonna come up with 350,000?
So depending on what other projects are requested from the capital improvement fund, they either get funded in the current year or get moved to a future year. What we've been doing with pickleball is at least setting aside $50,000 a year. But we're going to need at least, I believe, at least $350,000 in local match to fund other grants to be able to build that facility. And that doesn't mean that's going to be built in 2031. It could be built in 2027, as long as funds are allocated towards that. So each year these priorities change and the funding influences that. And
So it's not like written in stone for the next 6 years, it's adjusted every year and
Yeah.
The gray column is written in stone.
the gray column.
That's been, and it really isn't, because it's in the adopted budget, but council has the ability to change that budget, so.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to old business, Duffy Park concessions, we were doing that during soccer, but Linda, you are awesome doing Duffy Park concessions during soccer, is that
We made no money at all.
done?
Actually, the money that I put forth and, the teen center put forth, I just donated it. I don't know if there wasn't enough advertisement or enough ahead of time or whatever, but it wasn't really worth our time.
Just no interest, no draw.
Part of it is we
Well,
can't
because-
sell coffee, and that's what everybody wants in the
Sell coffee.
is they were freezing cold, they want coffee and donuts.
Yes.
Right.
And we had to sell poppin'.
Pop and bag stuff that we would sell.
Like in a
Yes.
sports game or?
Yeah, and the teen center, we can reheat food, we can do hot dogs, and we do coffee and that kind of stuff, but nothing at Duffy. And the Ryan from the health department was very honest with my board members and said, this is what you can do, I come over there and you have a pan of sloppy joes, you're in trouble. Or a cup of coffee, yeah, so, and that was part of it. People in the morning, they want coffee, they don't want a
Yes.
full pop and a bag of chips, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Is there a way to get around that? How could we?
The only way to get around it would be to put a safe serve license over there and to apply for a health department license.
I wonder
What do those cost these days?
if somebody be willing to partner who already has those
That's a good-
kind of things.
Maybe the library.
Well, I don't think the library has it,
Safe
but maybe a restaurant
Oh,
in town or something.
And I,
You know, like the Outsider,
yeah, I don't
for
know
example.
the particulars, if
Yeah.
we could
that's a good idea, though.
take ours over there. I don't know how any of that works. We can talk to the health department and see what they say about it. And the license isn't that much. It seems to me, I thought it was like $180.
And that's
But then
per
they got the
year?
bill and it was like 400 and some, and then Cindy Fuller, who's the financial lady, she about fell over. So she called Sheila Kaminsky, the director, and they talked about it, and Sheila said, no, that's not right, and sure enough, it was a misprint.
Oh, gotcha.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Because then with the license, you get the free training, correct? With the Safe Serve?
So,
Oh, that
No.
has to be paid for?
Have your own certificate.
no,
Mm-hmm.
his daughter has that training through the casino, so we can run under her safe serve.
Oh, there you go, there you go.
But I don't know if we can make a copy of that and take it across the river. I don't know any of that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go to jail for that.
Yeah.
I don't have.
We don't want
I don't want to go to jail for selling coffee.
Free selling coffee.
So, and because
Hard
it,
time, too.
because that facility hasn't been utilized with a permit before, it probably will have to go through plan review, which takes a couple months. So
And the furnace.
if you have desire to do it, you have to start it several months ahead of time.
Right, we'd like it froze to death in there.
Yeah, do a little space heater, right?
Yes, yeah, but that wasn't enough either, so I think if we, or whoever started early enough and went to the planning and did all that and was able to establish that, and we can, as the teen center, we can talk to the health department and see, can we use our license there? Do we need another license? How do we do that?
And it's not like you're asking to bring in sloppy joes. If you
No.
brought in donuts made by Wesco,
Yes.
who has a license, and coffee that's bought in the box from, Port City or wherever.
Starbucks is coming.
Yeah, you buy your coffee and then you serve it, and it could be, however they tell you to do it, but,
Right, yeah.
yeah.
So there's possibilities, if we had a license, if there was a license over there like we have, there could be hot dogs. And, I've gone to enough sporting events where people will go buy Little Caesar's Pizza
Yes.
and sell that by the slice, and that's.
Oh, that's a
He didn't even like that idea, like, we're
Yes.
not making anything we're not touching in our own kitchens.
But they wouldn't,
Yeah,
no,
no, you
it was
can't do
very,
it.
this is what you have to do, and this is what you had better not.
The handing over, you're the
Yes.
third party, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for trying it. And,
Yeah.
Give it a try, so.
But the concession area is clean.
Yeah, we
And
did.
it's beautiful, and you sit in that concession area and you look out over Lake Michigan, it's the only
Yes.
place probably in the state like that.
Well, maybe we should sell from the outside and have them come into the inside so they can see the view.
Thank you. Okay, Morton Park plantings, Liz, do you want to talk about that real
Well,
quick?
I can tell you, they looked beautiful.
Wait,
They're-
which
Jeff,
one?
because that was a tough project.
Good.
The grasses.
Yeah, the,
And Lainey did a planner, that was a little tough project, but I think that they'll last and they are perennials. They will be there forever
Oh,
and
this-
Karen helped and Greg King and John Beach and Jeff helped, dig the holes and
Good.
Jerry Haw and it was
It was a big group.
crazy. And then we planted 3 more ones that didn't make it, but we're gonna take those out and we'll get our money back, Weezy said. But anyways, our idea was to block from the park,
Yeah.
soften
the fence line.
the fence line looking over the plant,
The
which
industrial
donated the park, but still we are trying to block it a little bit and soften it.
Just make it
And the
a
kids
little
like seeing the railroad. People like seeing that, so we're just trying to block the lawn there with these beautiful grasses that Jerry Haw donated, so.
Right. Okay, and then I put Jefferson on here, but we've kind of already talked about Jefferson. Do you have anything else about Jefferson, anyone? Do you want to revisit that? Are we good? Okay. Okay, new business. I should have done this first. Welcome, Linda and Charlie. Has everybody met Linda and Charlie, thank you for joining the Parks.
Absolutely.
And welcome back, Tim.
And yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah, 4 hours, we weren't sure. But we have a full commission now, and that's really nice to see. We haven't been a full commission for, since fall, maybe.
Long time.
The fall, we were down at least one, so it's really nice to have you guys, and I hope you like it. If you have any ideas, please.
Hope you like us.
Yeah, we hope you like us too. Our meetings can go long sometimes, as you see, but often.
Yeah.
But I think they're good.
It's good.
Again, don't hesitate just to throw your ideas out there because we're a little loose with our Robert's rules. So, but I think it works for the Parks Commission.
Yeah, maybe not for everything, yeah.
We already did the countywide master plan conversation, but the beach master plan, we've been asked to put forth hopefully a motion of support for city council to, just that we support them moving forward with the beach master plan as it's presented. Is that a
Well,
right-
yeah,
is that-
we used some grant money from MEDC to complete this process, and in order to get full reimbursement, the council is going to need to adopt the plan. So we've spent a lot of time with the Parks Commission. We spent a lot of time with the community, honestly, going through this. This is the actual document, and you're welcome to go through it, but a lot of it is all the data from the survey, the online survey, all the comments. So it just kind of compiles that whole process. And I've got it up on the screen. We can go through that if you want, but the true culmination of this is what they call the boards. So First Street Beach, and you guys have all seen this before, and it's been adjusted to your comments. But it's really kind of the vision for the north part of First Street Beach, the south part of First Street Beach, which includes the splash pad like you talked about. It maintains the softball fields, so just highlighting some of those things that were starting to get controversial and kind of backed out of. Fifth Avenue Beach, upgrading some of the play structures there, expansion of the parking lot, maintaining the current the current tennis courts as it's called a multi-use area. Man-made lake, keeping that fairly natural, maybe putting kind of a pathway where people have already created a pathway around that.
Would
And
there
then-
be, real quick on that, would there be some ADA type fishing structures that would be, so that for mobility issues? Somewhere along on the
Not at that
man-made,
No.
on the boardwalk, not on this one?
There was 88 walking
There was yeah, what's shown here is kind of a bathroom area. If I can, I'll slide this over and zoom in a little bit more.
Oh, gotcha, okay, thank you.
So once that lot is acquired, there would be kind of an ADA accessible pavilion bathroom area right in here. And then it could be barrier-free for a portion of that pathway. And then there was a kayak kind of fishing platform deck.
But no,
Kind of minimal, at that site.
yeah, exactly. But no bump outs with platforms on the water for people with mobility issues. Nothing in this plan.
Correct.
I thought I saw something originally. Was there something?
There was something that said views down there on the south
Is that a platform?
of man-made.
And then this is the North Beach, and primarily here, it was putting in kind of a restroom facility and expanding the parking lot. So we intend to take this to council in August, and just thought it'd be appropriate to get your endorsement or not.
One thing that I thought we had covered when it was in the early, we've talked about this many times, and it ended up, and I was really apparent of it at the 4th of July, that parking lot that leads out to the pier on First Street Beach. If we go to that board on, you know what I mean, that little 50 spot or whatever it is, parking lot at First Street Beach that you have direct access to the pier. That drive into that parking lot was moved to the right, which means to get to that parking lot, you'd have to go around the right circle, which works sometimes. But now, last night or the night before, the amphitheater was announced as going into the kite park. So you could feasibly have the kite park,
Well-
you got a full boat thing. Is this all done? It's a done deal?
No, I mean, I read that too, but that hasn't been weighed in by you but I think it shows it in this plan, and I think that's why the amphitheater group wanted to be consistent with that, because it's in the plan here.
What I'm talking about, that's fine. I'm just saying, when you scroll down and look at stuff, I don't think you can't now, you always just go straight. And a lot of people, when it's busy, like at the 4th, and we've talked about this in the meetings, to go around that whole circle when there is a concert at the amphitheater, or when the Lions Pavilion is used, or when the carnival's there, if you just want to go walk out on the pier, I just think it was smooth the way it is without having
And
to
just
circle.
drive down.
It's smoother to drive down than having to make the circle, because you can't turn right there. It's one way.
That was one thing that I think none of us liked was moving the entrance. Plus, you did such a great job when you leveled out and made the new, yeah.
Raised it up.
It looks great. I wouldn't want
So
to see that.
I actually agree with that. I like it the way it is, because it's easy from a traffic movement standpoint.
Right.
The point from the landscape architect was, when you get to the end of First Street and you get to the loop, you could have some signage and kind of an arrival like you are here at First Street Beach.
But they know that. I mean, I think I'm not as big on signs, because we just talked about moving the sign at that sensory board sign. I don't think ever a sign is better than looking at Lake Michigan.
I agree.
That just.
And we did bring that up.
And if they don't, we did bring that up, like, you're there. It's not like, we don't have to say the beach, the lake. I mean, we're all smart.
And that sign blocks the lake.
Yes.
Unless they make sure it's low enough. And that was the discussion.
And that sign's gonna take a beating. It's one more thing to keep up. I mean, I don't know why we have a sign there.
Could we make a motion that we support it with an exception? Or does it just have to be?
Or say have it all
flat out, we
printed and
support
everything.
this as is, everything about it, or, because obviously there are some things that,
I mean, that's a big thing, though, to move that I mean, it's a big thing
Well,
to the
what's
community.
presented here is what came out of the kind of the steering committee and from all the input.
Well, we talked about this in the steering, and it was what they kind of wanted at that point, but maybe not. I mean,
well, there were
it's
a
just
lot
my
of voices
opinion.
there. It wasn't just.
A lot of
our
voices. No, there was many, many voices, and I think if you weren't here during the 4th of July or fishing season or a concert, you might not realize that that loop isn't something that's so easy to go around that sometimes if you want to just go down to that little,
Jeff, I'm looking at this. Instead of having the sign there, why don't you have an entryway off the loop and an entryway off of First Street?
For that
That's how
parking
it
lot?
used to be.
And then it would maintain some of its aesthetics that it has now. You don't need, I agree, we don't need a sign there. But if you made that entryway smaller, then you had one in off the loop.
what are you saying, Charlie? Put the entry where?
So, change the entryway or have it where you can go through, where you can drive through it?
Two entrances.
Two entrances, I
Oh,
guess.
Was the whole purpose of moving the entrance because they wanted a sign?
There used to be 2 entrances.
Oh,
I
really?
remember.
What
that.
I thought.
There used to be 2.
That made sense, because it kind of gets bottlenecked in there.
Personally, I think keeping it the way it is appropriate, but we need to adopt this, so I think it would be okay for you to
Make the motion to
make the
accept it.
motion with that.
With the exception of moving
Yep.
the, okay.
And then we could try to get that item revised before it goes to council then.
And we can vote, so if someone thinks it's fine. I'll make a motion that we recommend this to be presented to the city council with one exception, and that would be moving the drive to the, I believe we'd call it the First Street beach access to come directly off of First Street, as to remain as it is, maybe say, to remain in the location that it currently is.
It's,
Correct. Without signage there.
is there verbiage that we are supposed to use, or can we just ad lib? Can we do that?
Yeah, I mean, you're basically
So long as it's
Accepting the
clear.
plan.
you're basically recommending adoption of the beach master plan
Yes.
with the exception
To
of
move
the
forward.
lower parking lot at First Street Beach, maintaining status quo.
What you
Yeah.
said.
There you
Exactly.
Can you write that, Katie?
With,
What Jeff
She
said.
listens to the recordings and then adjusts it based on that.
So basically, yes, we support adopting the
So
beach
Liz
master
made the
plan with
motion,
one
and then
exception.
Somebody else needs to,
Gotcha.
Liz made the motion, who seconded it?
A second.
okay.
To recommend adopting the beach master plan with the exception of that parking lot entrance.
Okay.
Yes.
Observation.
Is this for all the boards now, that we just accepted
It would
for all
be,
the
yeah.
boards? Can I ask a question? The type of lighting that we're picking, is it going to be,
This isn't to that detail.
okay. Can I make a suggestion that we work with some dark sky, type lighting if possible?
on the table.
Oh, we do have the motion on the table, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. I said something.
Do you want to do roll call vote, or,
Second. Did anybody second?
Tim seconded?
Yeah.
You do?
I think I would do.
Well, whatever the chair wants.
The chair get?
Okay, Laney?
Yes.
Okay. Karen Peltola?
Yes.
Liz Lasky?
Yes.
Karen Mao?
Yes.
Tim O'Connor?
Yes.
Charles Ludwig?
Yes.
It feels like
And Linda Gamache?
You had to think about it.
it's got talent. Yes.
Motion passed. And you know, we've already gone over Marina Shuffleboard, and the only thing left that we have is election of officers because it's July.
What about the annual review bylaw?
Oh my gosh, did I miss something?
No, it's just ahead of you right there.
I skipped right over it. I'm so sorry. Okay,
I have it all
we could do
prepped
that
for you
first.
too.
Yeah, look at.
Good, guys. That's why I need the notice of the Sands Park Control Board, because it might not get noticed, but, yes. So did anybody have time to look at the email with the bylaw attachment, and do we want to go over it step by step, because that could take
A long time.
a little while? Or do we want to just say, hey, I have a question about section?
Well, was there anything changed from
Nothing
last?
has changed,
So we accepted,
but we have 2 new people,
right?
so
Do you guys have any questions about it?
Pretty straightforward to me.
I,
love that.
of course I have something. So, under objectives, section 4, it states review, let's see.
All significant park improvement projects.
Yeah, why do we have significant? What does that mean? Define significant to me.
Capital improvements?
Yeah, that's what I put, is maybe it should say capital improvement. Or I don't know, everything over $10,000
Dollars
or
of-
something, I don't know.
I think when we put it in there, it's all inclusive is the reason for the significant.
Catch-all, Mike?
When we talked about it last time.
Because maybe they need to add a garbage can somewhere, and we don't need to review that. If,
Yeah,
you know,
that's-
we're gonna improve this park because it needs to be
So
a garbage.
significant
You
means
don't have to
More than,
press us.
more than
Right?
$10,000, $20,000?
Well, I think it's hard to put a dollar amount because 10,000 today may be
right,
different than that.
Or
But
power
to
washing a
me,
bathroom is significant, but it's not costly.
yeah.
it's important on how you interpret that. And I think it's important how I interpret it with you.
Yeah, I agree,
So,
that's what I'm looking for.
so if I do, to me, anything significant, I'm gonna have to budget for that. And we communicate back and forth on what's being budgeted and, you know, like I explained the woodwork that we're doing at that, observation or the rotary deck down at First Street.
We don't
That's actually
care about that.
significant,
Yeah.
but I don't wanna have I don't wanna have to wait a month to bring you into that and say, hey, is it okay if I fix the rotten boards? Now, if I was gonna put in a new pavilion, you certainly need to be a part of that and should be aware of that. And Tim, I remember a lot of discussion about that, and it was changed to make sure that the commission was brought up to date on everything that was significant.
Right.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it was all inclusive as well, yeah.
Okay. Then Article 5, meetings, Section 2. It says we'll meet at least quarterly, but we always meet monthly.
Yeah, but it's a requirement. It's a requirement on the bylaw.
Minimum.
That way at
It's
least,
a minimum
So we
requirement.
could skip like December if we,
Yeah, we just choose.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
gives us the
Okay,
opportunity.
and
so
then,
that allows us to do that, I guess.
under quorum, there's just a typo.
Right
It says TA,
up above. The other
So-
direction, Katie.
TA,
yeah, instead of the.
Can you help me find the section?
Just scroll up.
It says, I don't know, my
it's
note.
a typo, I think.
Yeah, section 4, a typo, it's listed under quorum.
Right there, perfect.
Yeah. Consist of majority. That's it.
Oh.
It should have been duh majority.
Duh. Change that T to a D.
T to a D and we're good, Jeff.
Late at night, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Those are my only comments.
I don't think
Nice
that's
catch.
worth bringing to city council to change, but,
I think that could be fixed without
I do
Okay,
too.
can we,
without a vote.
But should we ask the attorney?
Let's
so
make sure.
let's fix that typo. That's really the one I'm concerned with.
Good catch, actually.
I make a motion, we accept the bylaws as written in 2023.
Support.
Second?
Second.
all in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Excellent. Thank you, Charlie, for moving that along.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so now the only thing left, I believe, is election of officers. We have to, well, we missed last year and it was August, but now it's supposed to be July, we're here. We need to elect
I make a motion, Karen Lau be chair.
Second.
Third,
Fourth. You did a nice job, Karen, if
You've done an excellent job.
thank you. How do we do that? Do we just
you accept,
You
and we
could-
move
you
on.
Well,
make a motion?
I did.
the way,
Second
the way that Charlie taught me to do it in the JCs was if there's, you can elect a slate of officers, so if you wanted to keep the slate the same, then you could elect the current officers as the slate and then do one vote on that.
Oh.
Or you could do them individually.
Okay.
I think we have to do them individually, but we can do it quickly.
Okay. Do you say all in favor? Do you have to do a roll call vote?
You can do a voice vote.
Voice vote? Are there any other nominations? Or- No?
No.
Okay, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Yes, thank
I
you.
accept.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
And then, thank you. We need a vice chair.
Is that Liz?
Would Liz
Or do you
like?
want to do it, Tim?
You want to
Is
do
there anybody that wants to be vice chair?
Put it out there that way, you see me put my head.
Does anybody?
Charlie? Want to jump in? Vice chair?
Get those.
Nobody else will.
Charlie.
If nobody else wants to,
Yeah.
Is it Tim?
I think it might be better in this case, right?
What?
If we had a different vice chair.
It might be.
Somebody in.
Could be,
Get someone new in.
yeah. Yep,
If
Charlie?
you want to accept,
Continue vice chair?
Maybe we should get someone new. Get a different vice chair. I'll still help you anyway.
Okay.
It won't change anything.
You won't? Okay. And I think you would be great, Charlie.
thank you.
Can I nominate Charlie as
Sure.
vice chair?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 And we also need a secretary, so is there, I asked, does anybody want to do it?
I'm not doing it.
You're not,
I'm bowing
I
out. to
can't do it.
you can't do it.
I don't know how to
Tim,
type, I don't.
were you secretary before?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yes, I'll accept secretary.
Would you be secretary?
Good,
Okay.
good. You got a good slate.
Someone want to nominate?
I know.
Thank you.
My second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Excellent. So we're at me and Charlie and Tim. Okay, thank you. The only thing left then is roundtable discussion, but we've discussed a lot. Does anybody have anything? You want to start with Lily? Go down the line?
I understand volunteers need to paint the box behind Ann's bookstore. Yeah, the rusted consumers box or something?
Oh, in the garden area?
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Look at me.
I think,
Well, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Are you asking or are you aware of something?
I'm asking, can we volunteer to paint that box?
If we can get permission from consumers, we don't own that.
Right, right.
Is that in the?
Could you put in a
I think it was
response?
suggested that volunteers do it, but
Rather than the city.
Could the city manager contact consumers or somebody or yourself,
Yeah.
say, hey, this is kind of ruining the aesthetics of this?
I think Liz is in contact with a county commissioner that works with consumers.
Okay.
okay, I can ask them. That's a
You know, and I
That's a very
noticed
fair
behind the college building that those boxes were painted. So I believe that's possible,
Yes, they were painted.
but we have to get permission from
Is
consumers.
that the only spot on the Riverwalk that needs them?
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Say, so we're gonna ask if we can paint all of them, correct?
Or if they will.
She brought it up. Don't ask me.
Yeah, we want to paint them all.
Okay, and it would make a
Volunteering
huge
to
difference. Okay,
Sounds good.
Yeah, there's some behind Bluefish, there's some at the Switchback, they're all along there.
okay.
So it's like a metal box that has power things in it?
Yeah, and it's all rusted.
There.
Yeah, and it looks like heck.
There's switch cabinets and transformers.
And the original thing, I don't think we can wrap them, but, because remember in the original grant, it did say that they would be wrapped, was the
Oh,
term.
yeah, I remember
And then I think
that.
consumers or whatever did not want them wrapped, but I think we'll find out about the paint.
I remember that.
They're their boxes.
That's the only
Is
thing.
that like blight? Is that what you would call it if they're rusted?
Well, I'm
and-
not calling it blight.
Called blight.
Oh, no, there's a difference. Between blight, maybe ugly, but it's not blight.
It's a beautification project.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It could be better, you're right,
it's an
Jeff.
enhancement.
and maybe NRBC will help us do it.
Yeah, oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be a great,
That would be a
yeah.
good
so
idea.
bring that up when you meet
Good
again.
idea.
How many are there?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't David Blair supposed to be here? Was
Okay.
David Blair supposed to be here
The
too?
flowers were planted at the First Street, or at Lions Pavilion.
Yep.
We picked reds this year to match the roof and the little bit of reds or the burgundies that are in the stones. And they look good out there. I went over there today, they look good. And they're doing really well. I had somebody suggest that we have a community bulletin board somewhere. So instead of doing things all on Facebook, there would be a place where people could actually walk up, visitors, everybody, and see what's going on in the area.
To me,
I don't know how that would work or how you would monitor it, but I like the idea.
Yeah.
I know, I think that's a cool idea. I would connect with Manistee Tourism because they're kind of hosting the community calendar, if you will.
Okay.
I know it's digital, but
Thank you.
That Sammy Luca
That's Sammy I
Yes,
speak
that's
with?
Sammy, yeah.
I'd love to speak with her about that. That was a 16-year-old's suggestion, along with a 77-year-old suggestion. I heard it twice already.
What location were you thinking?
That was something that we'd have to discuss. I'm
You
not
know-
exactly sure, but I would think it should be downtown somewhere so people could see it.
I got one.
Do you?
Yeah, at the Lions Pavilion, we put up that sign box for the calendar, but now it's in the one in the inside of the building.
Okay.
And I just asked our staff to, because it had some water staining, and I asked to have some like wax paper or something, put it on there. But that could be a cool little spot to put like weekly events or a weekly calendar or something.
I just thought that was a great idea.
That's a great spot.
But I bet Sammy would be interested in that because then you can kind of post that for a full calendar and all the other things that they promote. You know, you can have QR codes and that kind of thing.
That might be a project.
That's a great spot.
Yeah.
And then over by the tennis courts, we have one of those sign boxes too. And we put it there just so that the school could post when their practices are, but there's room.
But is that all that's all on the south side? How would we do something maybe on the north side too if we're
Yeah,
gonna do it that way?
Yeah, we may
you
want
know
to
what
do
I'm
something
saying?
similar like at Fifth Avenue Beach or something,
I
or,
think that would be a great idea.
and they've got that little kiosk down here at the corner in the entry off of the West Shore building.
Yeah, a little, yeah. Just an idea there. When I heard it twice, I thought, oh, that's a great idea,
Yeah.
actually. So anyways, that was the comments that I've received. Also, the graffiti on the building at the 9th Street Boat Launch. I hate looking at it.
But it's not a city building.
I know that, but still it's there. Is there any way we could have the owner remove that?
We have a new blight officer.
Please get on that.
Honestly, the best vehicle to do that is the See-Click Fix app.
Well, I tried to do that with the issue I had across the street, and I don't know if it was an eviction, but I couldn't get through the click. Was there something wrong with it, that it was down around 4th of July or something?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Not at
I
all.
guess
No, they came in pretty
Okay.
good.
Regularly. I couldn't get on it to do it. I'm gonna try it
But that's a
again.
convenient way of
And I
reporting
understand
type
that,
of
and I
stuff.
should be going through there, and you're absolutely right.
Or
'cause
if you
then
call
it's
the police department, there's a new blight officer that Tim.
Ball.
Ball, B-A-L-L, yes.
Yeah.
He just joined.
Yep.
And the only reason why I say it is because it's profane, and there's no reason to look at that.
No, especially kids.
Yeah, and that, once you have that kind of stuff, that helps with the whole
So
idea of
that-
being tough down there.
That
So,
building has a new owner, and I'm sure they'd be receptive to that.
I mean, I'd love to see that, yeah, where it would be maintained, and, because that's a beautiful building. Okay, that's a real nice positive for the boat launch, and looking forward at having it enhanced. I like that. Okay, that was all I have right there.
The only comment I had was, I heard the comment the other night that, like the softball diamonds at First Street Beach were never used. And I thought, wow.
Yeah, no.
It's like those, you mentioned, 6 teams Thursday and Friday, and then that senior softball is like a fraternity. They marched in the parade even.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful group. I
Yes.
mean, and all the parks are being so used, and I thought, maybe we're not promoting them. I mean, the paper's doing a great job. They have like the Tea Party in, Facebook, they're seen on, but I thought we gotta make sure we ourselves promote these, because the parks you go for a ride and go by the parks, they are being used. And I thought, we've gotta make sure that the community knows that and appreciates them.
Liz, I think you hit it on the head. If you visit the parks, you see how much they're being used.
Exactly.
If you don't, then you're making assumptions. But they're,
Yes.
Exactly. No, exactly.
but when I go through in the evenings, every aspect of those parks are being used, and it's awesome.
And that tetherball has
We're
never
there.
even
Yeah.
been hanging next to the bar.
By the way,
Aspect.
tetherball has become the most expensive line item in my budget.
Those balls,
Because of use.
They are used so
So
much.
I love that.
We have to order them in bulk because they just wear them out.
Yes.
I mean, kids will sit on them and swing on them.
No, they're constantly, and it's
they're
not just
constantly
kids, it's
used.
adults.
I
Yeah.
told you.
I mean, so these parks are being used and they're being appreciated, and I thought, we gotta make sure we promote that, because the community needs to understand that, and we need to open their eyes, maybe.
The third tetherball, where did we put that up already and I'm not aware of it?
No, there's 2 at each beach.
Oh, there's 2 now at each
There's
beach.
2 at each beach.
Oh, that's the part I missed.
I have a suggestion. What about if we get Ken Grabowski? He does that wonderful article every Thursday.
Good idea.
I wonder if we reached out to him and say, hey, Ken, can you, like once a month, pick a park?
Yeah,
He would love to walk through those parks and write a story about all the things that he saw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What a good idea.
yeah, that would be great.
I mean, I can,
If you would, yeah, ask him.
yeah, I will reach out to him.
Cool.
Just to promote them, thank you. And
Yeah. Because I've been thinking the same thing throughout the meeting. It's just like, how can we,
Celebrate them.
Yes, exactly. Celebrate him is exactly
And
right.
then announce what's even coming up, you know, so, thank you.
That's it, Charlie. Good idea.
Anything else? I said a lot already, and I don't think.
You don't have any more photos?
No, I don't. My phone, you know, it'd be too slow to see. No, I think that was everything. I hope.
Good, I'm good.
I have a question. I know it's been a long meeting and I don't want to open up a can of worms. But does anybody use red Chimeric? They do.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Because we go for rides in the evening and it just seems like there may be 1 or 2 people, but,
No, they're people there all day long.
okay.
Marvin's big crank is people drive back there with their cars. He thinks it should be gated off so that you can't drive back there. Last night in that torrential rain, somebody was back there spinning their tires, and when I
Oh.
came home, he was going out the door with the umbrella. Because he loves that park. He's lived there since 1970, and we have the 4th Avenue Biker Gang. There's a house down the street. I think there's 3 generations in that house. And when they moved in, there was a tricycle, a scooter, a 2-wheeler, and a bigger. And now they've all graduated to like 2-wheelers and a couple of bigger bikes. And first they would go to the corner and come back, go to the corner, then the next year they go around the block. And they're so hysterical to watch. We have not had kids in that neighborhood since my kid graduated.
Isn't
And
that
now
nice
there's
to
kids coming all over the
Yeah,
place.
isn't that nice?
So I call them the 4th Avenue Biker Gang, because they're just so cute.
It just, to me, it looks forlorn.
Maybe it's all the shade,
Not a lot.
because it is hard to see through there.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
And the playground's way in the back.
yes.
So you have to
But
dig.
it is blue now, and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now you can see it. But the only playground equipment there is still the swing set, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And the neighborhood watch seems to think the porta potty should be like closer to the road.
I agree, because when I went by there,
Go back into there
That's
with
funny.
their cars.
yes.
Yeah, because he gets so ornery about that, and it's like, tell them to do something, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
you come here and tell them to do something.
Move it where?
Huh. But there's a lot of kids that play that disc golf, and
Oh,
there's ones that come almost every night.
Well, those people in the condos, they walk their dog there. That's what I noticed.
Yeah.
Well, and it is a neighborhood park. You might not
Yes.
send your kid to Fifth Avenue to play by themselves.
Yes.
Or on those swing sets.
Separately,
You can
too.
send that little kid on a bike to Red Mark, and
Yep.
the neighbors are kind of watching. You can kind of peek around that one mother. When we had story hour in that park, we had a very well-attended story hour where they painted rocks. And the kids from the neighborhood came, and you could see the mothers sitting back in their lawn chairs a half a block away, watch the kid independently go there.
Isn't that cool, though?
But the kid could go there by themselves.
Yes, oh yes, we watch those kids all the time, and I think every place in this town should be a safe spot.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Because I would think that if one of those kids came to my door and said, somebody's trying to, it's like, come on in, let's call somebody right now.
Right, right.
I don't know their names, but I've seen them enough to know, they live around the area. And I like kids to feel safe wherever they are,
Absolutely.
not just the school or the playground or whatever, I think the TV is guiding us in the wrong direction. I think everything should be a safe space, not just schools and playgrounds.
Agreed.
Neighborhoods should be safe. This
Agreed.
town should be safe.
Agreed.
Was there anything else? Harold?
No, God, no.
Linda? Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
I would like to make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Done?
That really was longer than usual.
Yeah, that's exceptionally long.